Back at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida, we're about set for the toss of the coin. The officials this afternoon are from the Southeast Conference. They are Mac Gentry, the referee, Roy Waters, the umpire, Bert Ackerman, the head linesman, Don Shanks, the field judge, Cleve Hale, the line judge, Bobby Bernard, the side judge, and Toby Silberman, the back judge. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is Mutual, your network leader in radio sports. Quite a spectacle here at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, and the kickoff is next after this for NRA. Florida State has won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so Florida will get the ball. They'll take the ball at the end zone to our left. Florida State will be kicking off. This is pretty much a toss-up game, according to the odds makers, Brian Kersey.
And not much wind out there today. They say rain may come in, and it does look overcast, but we haven't had any rain as of the moment.
And one thing that Florida State will have to be aware of on this opening kickoff, or for that matter on any kickoff, is number 1 for Florida, Jack Jackson. Jack Jackson is 5th in the nation in kickoff returns, and he is a good one. Not a big man, 5'9", 171, but a coach's All-American, Jack Jackson from Moss Point, Mississippi.
And he averages 28.7 yards a return every time he has a kickoff return, and every time he touches the ball, he averages 20 yards a touch, whether it's receiving, kicking, or whatever it is. The guy's really, truly a great athlete. I understand you got to talk with him on the, you got to introduce the All-American team, the first one this year, I guess, Harry.
The coach's All-America team, and Jack Jackson was one of the wide receivers along with Colorado's Michael Westbrook. So, Florida State will kick it off. Doing the kicking for Florida State will be Scott Bentley. He's a sophomore from Aurora, Colorado. Was originally their place kicker, lost his job to Dan Mowry, who is now both the punter and place kicker for Florida State.
One of the most recruited athletes in the country. Everybody thought he was going to Notre Dame because his father played for Notre Dame. But I don't know what happened on that situation, but Mowry is their kicker now. You know, really in a big game like this, Harry, I always like to kick off first if I can. I always like to start my team off on defense. You kind of have a little better feel of the game. You don't want to be handling that ball real quickly when you're just a little bit tense. You know, the blood's flowing a little harder than you want it to, and so defense is your preference if you have a choice. And that's the one thing about deferring. You can go ahead and make that decision as you like.
So Bentley will do the kicking. The deep men for the Florida Gators. On the near side, it is Jack Jackson. And on the far side, it is Riedel Anthony. Anthony is a true freshman from South Bay, Florida. Jack Jackson, a junior from Moss Point, Mississippi.
They've had another great player from Moss Point, Mississippi. That's Hugh Green, that used to play with the Dolphins. They've had a lot of great players out of that area.
And we are set for the kickoff. Major college football, number 4, Florida against number 6 and or 7, Florida State. Scott Bentley signals that he is ready. Set for this opening kickoff. Bentley comes down on the ball, gets a driving kick away. It's going to be returned by Jack Jackson, 9-yard line. 10, 15, 20, 25, and he's corralled at the 29-yard line. Pretty good return by Jackson, but good coverage by Florida State because Jackson is definitely a threat when he touches that ball. First and 10, Gators, they have it at their own 29-yard line. Danny Werfel will be the quarterback. Elijah Williams and Chris Bilkey will be the running backs. Aubrey Hill goes wide to the left and Jack Jackson wide to the right. In motion goes Elijah Williams to the left. Back to pass on first down. Jackson in and out of his grasp at the 35-yard line. From Danny Werfel to Jack Jackson. He was hit immediately and dropped the ball. It'll be second down and 10, Florida.
Well, you wonder if that sets the tempo, Harry. You know, as you mentioned at the start of the show, that the defense of Florida State is going to really be the determining factor here. Can they really shut down this high-powered balancing act that Florida has?
Second down and 10 for Florida at their own 29-yard line. Elijah Williams again in motion to the left. Werfel back to pass. Throwing deep downfield to Jackson. Overshot him. Jackson, the intended receiver. He was covered by Corey Fuller, the senior cornerback from Tallahassee. And it'll be third down and 10, Florida.
I get a feeling that Steve Spurrier has scripted his first few plays because they've come to Jackson 2 times, never looked anywhere else but to Jackson. And normally, that's one of the keys to his offense. He usually throws to the guy that's open, and they have several receivers they can go to.
Chris Doring has checked in as an extra wideout, as has Starola Palmer. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. 1 setback behind quarterback Danny Werfel. Third down and 10. Werfel back to pass. Looks upfield, throws. It is in and out of the grasp of his intended receiver. Riedel Anthony was the intended receiver. Defending on the play for Florida State was James Colsey, an extra defensive back.
And James Colsey was in the doghouse. This is the first time he's played in a couple weeks. James Colsey, who had academic problem, Bobby wouldn't play him. He's from Miami. You might remember his cousin Neil Colsey that played with Ohio State.
James Colsey is back to take the punt for Florida State. Doing the punting for Florida is Shane Edge, averaging 44 6/10 yards per punt. He's a good one.
You know,
a senior. Gets the driving punt away. It's not a long one. Hits at the 45. It gets a Florida roll inside the 40 to the 36, where Florida State will have it first. Their first possession, first and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Good field position for the Seminoles.
You know, you're talking about Edge. He's only punted the ball 25 times the whole year, Harry. That's really amazing.
When you score as much as Florida does, you don't punt very often. Danny Canal is the quarterback. He is a true junior from Fort Lauderdale. His dad, Don, one of the team physicians for the Miami Dolphins. Setbacks are Warwick Dunn and Zach Crockett. 2 wideouts to the left on first and 10. Canal hands off to Warwick Dunn. He gets about a yard or 2, not much more. Brought down by Kevin Carter. Carter is senior from Tallahassee. 3-year letterman, second-team All-SEC last year. He's a good one. Gain of 2 on the play to the 38. It'll be second down and 8 for Florida State. From the I formation, 2 wideouts again to the left. Canal back to pass. He throws. Got his man at the 35, or the 45, up to the 50, and into Florida territory. To the Florida 47-yard line to Kes McCorvey. Kes McCorvey, his 51st catch this season. Last year, he caught 74 balls.
And you know, he just simply went down and stopped about 5 yards on a quick stop. And then found a lot he was not prepared for it. He went way deep. He had an easy throw and catch.
First and 10, Florida State at the 48-yard line of Florida. McCorvey wide left, wide right is Omar Ellison. Here's a pitch back to Warwick Dunn. Tries to get a block. Sheds a tackle. 50, 45, 40, all the way to the 38. He'll be close to a first down. He was able to elude Kevin Carter at the line of scrimmage, and he's close to a first down is Warwick Dunn.
Speed. You can see what speed does. We say speed kills. Well, that time it looked like he was going to be trapped in the backfield, and he just turned on the afterburners. Once he turned that corner, boy, it was something. It's third and very short and a very dangerous play if you're a Florida Gator fan.
Second down and a half yard to go for a first down. Here's an inside handoff to Warwick Dunn, and he goes nowhere. Might have picked up the necessary half yard for a first down. And that's about all he got as the Florida defense tightens up. It's spotted at the 38-yard line.
They didn't give it to him. They're going to say he did not make it. That's interesting.
Awfully close. 3rd down and inches to go for a first down. At the 38-yard line of Florida.
Well,
Florida State's taking an awful lot of time getting the play from the bench. The time clock is down to 7. They better get this off quickly. 3rd down and an inch or two to go for a first down. Here's Warwick Dunn, 35, 30, 25, all the way to the 22-yard line before he is tripped up. First down and then some, Florida State.
Boy, it looked like confusion in the backfield that time, but he certainly didn't have any confusion as to where he was running. It was a short pitch play. He went off tackle with a trap, and he saw the daylight. He almost got a touchdown there, Harry. The defensive back got him by the shoestring.
1st and 10, Florida State at the Florida 23-yard line. Danny Canal brings them out. From the eye, Zach Crockett, the blocking back. Canal back to pass. He throws wide of his intended receiver, Kez McCorvey, at the 17-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 10, Florida State.
We saw that hitch play before he completed it. I mean, he was wide open again. Lott, the defensive back, seems to be playing way off and has almost too much respect for Kez McCorvey and has given that much room to catch the ball. I mean, that was just a matter of throwing and catch. That was a bad pass.
Andre Cooper comes in the wide-out spot, replacing Omar Ellison. He and McCorvey are wide to the left. From the I formation, Canal calling signals at the 23 of Florida. Hand off to Warwick Dunn. Not much there. He gets to the 22. A pickup of about 1 yard on the play is all. It'll be 3rd down and long.
You know, things have been happening so fast. Dunn has already surpassed 1,000 yards. He needed 22 coming into the game to get his 1,000 yards. He's already at 28.
Mark Campbell and Dexter Daniels combining on the tackle of Warwick Dunn, who picked up just a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Seminoles at the 22-yard line of Florida. No score, 10:57 to play in the first quarter. 2 wide outs to the left on 3rd down. Canal throws, caught by McCorvey, but short of the first down as he's dropped immediately. Brought down immediately by Larry Kennedy at the 17-yard line. It was a pickup on the play of just about 4 or 5 yards, so it's 4th down and 5. And the field goal unit will come on. Dan Mowry will attempt a 35-yard field goal. Danny Canal is the holder, and Andy Crow is the snapper. Good snap, ball spotted. Mowry's kicks in the air, and it is good. And Florida State jumps on top 3-0 here in the first quarter. Time out on the field. Now this for the U.S. Army Reserve. Florida State drawing first blood, leading Florida 3-0. 10:13 to play here in the first quarter. And Bentley will kick it off. It's a low one, hits on the ground, fielded by Jackson at the 7, up to the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25. Good coverage again by Florida State against the dangerous Jack Jackson as he was corralled by the special teams of the Seminoles at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10, Florida at the 26.
Both these teams have tremendous speed, and their athletes, and Florida State uses those great speed guys on their special teams. And,
Sam Cowart was in on that tackle.
Yes.
So Florida with the ball for the 2nd time. First time they were 3 and out. 1st and 10 at their 26-yard line. Werfel, the quarterback. Hands off on a delay. Absolutely nothing there for Fred Taylor. Taylor brought down on the play at the 26-yard line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And Bobby sends in his defensive other specialist, a nickel package.
James Roberson had Fred Taylor before he could get past the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down and 10 for Florida. 2 wide outs to the right. Werfel now changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Werfel back to pass under pressure. Gets away from the pressure. Now throws deep and way over the head of his intended receiver, who is Jack Jackson. Blanket coverage on Jackson by the All-American Clifton Abraham.
Could have a problem here, Harry. Number 90, Alexander's coming out of the game, grabbing his left arm. He's sitting on the bench. He's one of the guys we talked about. They need to have Derek Alexander in there.
Alexander, the 6'5", 265-pound junior from Jacksonville, is out. Dulac Guerriere is in there in his place. Oh, that's Peter Boulware in his place. Third down and 10. 3 wideouts to right, 2 to the left. Werfel looks upfield, throws, caught by Jackson, and he flies for a first down to the 39-yard line. There's a penalty flag down, but that picked up 12, and we'll have to wait and see what the penalty is.
I kind of think the FSU lined up offsides if I had to guess. Let's see.
It is against Florida State. Offside, 1st and 10, Florida at their own 39-yard line.
In comes the solid guys now, minus Derek Alexander.
Dwayne Mobley is the fullback and Fred Taylor is the tailback. Out of 1st and 10 for Florida at their own 39-yard line. Werfel hands off to Taylor. Pretty good hole over the 40, and then it closes in a hurry. He's strung out to the sideline to the 41-yard line, a pickup of just a couple. The hole was there, but the defensive secondary came up quickly to make the hit for Florida State. Derek Brooks was right there to string it out. A gain on a play of, give him 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Fred Taylor is a running back, a true freshman from Belle Glade, Florida. Werfel play action, looks upfield, throwing deep downfield. He's got Jackson in and out of his grass. Jack Jackson had a couple of steps on Corey Fuller, but then he had to kind of wait for the pass to get to him, and Fuller closed the ground.
Corey Fuller is one of the fastest players on the team, and he made up that difference. He missed all of 93 with a knee injury. They had to get him back. He's a senior. Corey Fuller made that play, but you're right. Jackson did have a step on him. The ball's got to be thrown and with some leadership and way out front to give him a chance to catch it for a touchdown.
3 wideouts to the left and 2 to the right on 3rd down and 7 facing Danny Werfel. Werfel is back to pass, throws one up the middle, wide open at the 35 of Florida State to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Florida! That was to Aubrey Hill, who was wide open, and the Gators have scored on a long 58-yard touchdown pass. Danny Werfel to Aubrey Hill.
And you asked me, or you think they're going to blitz today? Well, that's the one time they came with a blitz. They had one less guy in the secondary. Somewhere Hill got wide open, gets a touchdown play. He is the only senior on the receiving corps.
Now the extra point attempt by Judd Davis, who has 74 consecutive successful points after. That's an all-time Florida record. The snapper is Kevin Johnson. The holder is Shane Edge, the punter. Good snap, ball spotted, kick in the air. It is good. And Florida has taken a 7-3 lead here in the first quarter. We have 8:28 left to play. Today's participating sponsors for major college football are NRA and Buick. 58-yard touchdown pass, Danny Werfel to Aubrey Hill. Hill, a senior from Miami, 5'11", 175-pounder. That was his 7th touchdown reception this year. And for Danny Werfel, it was his 14th touchdown pass.
Well, the Gators have a high-powered offense. You know, they score just about every 5th play, I think it is, that they get a touchdown. They just move the ball up and down the field. But you wonder how a guy can get that wide open And that's what happens when you chance it by blitzing. They blitz the free safety to get after him, and when the safety was disappeared, Werfel is good enough and smart enough. He's an honor student at 3.7 grade point average. He simply laid the ball into Aubrey Hill, and he didn't have to really chase it down. I mean, the ball actually could stop, catch it, and then pick up his speed and go for the touchdown. That's how open he was.
Shane Edge does the kicking off for Florida. It's headed toward Rock Preston, who takes it at the 8, up to the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, knocked out of bounds at the 27-yard line. So Florida State will have it 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. 7-3 Florida, 8:21 to play here in the first quarter. Danny Canal and the Florida State Seminoles now with the ball. Will try to answer that long touchdown pass by Florida. Omar Ellison comes wide to the left. Kez McCorvey goes wide to the right. Danny Canal lines them up in the I formation. Back to pass is Canal. Throws one over the middle. It's incomplete. Nowhere near his intended receiver, who was Melvin Pearsall, the tight end, but he threw it wide of him. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Florida State.
Florida came with a blitz that time, and when you come with a blitz, your quarterback immediately reads tight end and tries to get the ball over to the tight end or the back coming out of the backfield, and he had other people open. You're right, he had no chance of completing that pass.
2nd down, 10, Florida State at their own 27-yard line. Tailback is Warwick Dunn. The fullback is Zach Crockett behind Canal. Handoff goes to Crockett, and he's smothered for a loss on the play. Right at the line of scrimmage, lost a yard. Florida's defense had the fullback Crockett bottled up before he could get any momentum at all.
We talk so much about Florida State's defense. Well, the Gators have a pretty stout defense themselves. Ellis Johnson, they think as good as any lineman in the country. Nobody hardly knows about him. He's 6'3", 283, the senior, and he has really had a great year.
3rd down, 11 for Florida State at their own 26-yard line. Danny Canal is back to pass. Looks upfield, throwing deep downfield over the head of the intended receiver, McCorvey, but there's a flag down on the play. And we could see interference. McCorvey was covered by Anthone Lott, way over his head. Did not look like a catchable ball at all. But the penalty marker is down.
It could be an offensive push-off, too. But you're right, it had no chance. That's what I thought it was.
It is on the offense, holding on the offense.
No, now he changed it.
Now he changed
Holy
it and set us
mackerel.
on the defense. A little bit of a bump there looking at the replay, but that was by Ben Hanks, the nickelbacker.
He also grabbed his shirt. I think that's where they got him. Yeah, they call him a nickelbacker, Ben Hanks.
So that'll give Florida State a 1st down at their own 36-yard line. Tough penalty for Florida. Florida State would have been forced to punt. Now it's 1st and 10 for the Seminoles at their own 36-yard line. Pitch back to Warwick Dunn. Jumps out of a tackle, gets over the 40 to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 5 by Warwick Dunn. Warwick Dunn finally stopped by Ellis Johnson.
The ebb and flow of these two teams, you know, first we thought Florida State's momentum looked sensational, and it was. They moved right down the field. Florida all of a sudden comes back, looks like they're struggling on offense. Bingo, one big play, and they are a big play team. They get a touchdown, so now it's Florida State's turn.
Rock Preston is now in at the setback spot. He's a redshirt freshman from Miami. 2nd down and 5, Danny Canal takes a handoff to Preston, throwing deep, and it's caught at the 26-yard line by Kez McCorvey. I believe it'll be 1st and 10 Florida State. Make that Omar Ellison. Omar Ellison on the receiving end Great diving catch by Ellison. They mark it at the Florida 25, 1st and 10.
And again, Florida that time came with a blitz, and they got caught with the same situation that Florida State did. You give up that free safety on a blitz, and you're taking a chance on having somebody open. And I'll tell you, he was running step for step there with the defensive back, Lawrence Wright, and he outran him.
McCorvey and Cooper are wide to the left, 1st and 10. Rolling out to the left is the quarterback. He throws, and it is caught at the 18-yard line, short of a first down. It was caught by McCorvey. He was stopped immediately. Danny Canal to Kez McCorvey.
McCorvey jumped. I mean, that ball, if he couldn't jump like he jumped that time, that would have been an intercepted pass. There was 3 defensive backs behind him for a tip ball, and somehow he found a way to come down with that catch.
Picked up 7 on it. It'll be 2nd down and 3 for Florida State. Florida leads 7-3, 5:49 left to play in the first quarter. Danny Canal. Canal hands off. Rock Preston finds a stone wall. He picked up a yard or 2. He'll be short of the first down. They'll mark it just inside the 17. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and a yard and a half to go for a first down.
Harry, I think that Bobby Bowden would use 2 downs here to make this first down if he had to. I think it becomes critical if you're going to score back and forth with each other. You've got to get a touchdown against these Gators.
Wayne Messam has come in at a wideout spot. Kez McCorvey is out on a 3rd down, a yard and a half to go for a first down. Zach Crockett, the fullback. Rock Preston is the tailback. Here is a fake reverse. Preston keeps inside the 15, inside the 10, loses the ball, and Florida recovers at the 5-yard line. Preston, after picking up the first down, fumbled. Florida has pounced on it, and the Gators take over at their own 5-yard line. 7-3, Florida leading. This is Major College Football on Mutual. On this Florida State drive, Rock Preston got it inside the 10-yard line, then coughed it up. Florida recovering, and the Gators will have it 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line. Florida leads 7-3.
Well, you know, Preston's been a great back, and certainly you can't get too uptight with that because he was trying to get the extra distance. He already had made his first down. It was a clever play. They run the wide receiver back like they're going to run a reverse, but just let him hang on to the ball. Just by the way he was trying to get the extra yardage, it's just one of those unfortunate things. But now it requires the defense for the Seminoles to stop them right here while they can. And we do have Derek Alexander back on the field, and that's good news if you're a Seminole fan.
Florida with the ball at their own 6-yard line. Even with their backs against their own end zone, I don't think the Florida offense is designed to play at Colsey. I think they'll open up even there. They're
ready to throw the ball at any time or run, but you know his team really is a balanced team. Spurrier throws 51% and rushes 48%, so it is a balanced attack.
1st and 10 for the Florida Gators. Danny Werfel hands off. Elijah Williams over the 10, up to the 14 and to the 15-yard line. He picked up 9 yards, did Elijah Williams, a redshirt freshman from Milton, Florida. Williams has been hurt the last couple of games. He'll share the tailback duties with Fred Taylor.
Coming into this season, the Gators really didn't know what they were going to do about their running back position. They lost Rhett, their great runner, Eric Rhett, and they came in with these 2 freshman guys that have been just great.
Spotted on the 14, it'll be 2nd down and 2. Elijah Williams again gets the first down to the 18-yard line. Elijah Williams picking up on the play, 4 and a first down for Florida at their own 18, so now the Gators have some breathing room. Williams coming into the game and rushed for 618 yards. The true freshman, Fred Taylor, rushed for 791 yards, including 136 against LSU. First and 10, Florida at their 18-yard line. Florida leads 7-3. Hand off again to Elijah Williams. He has some running room over the 20 to the 25-yard line. Picked up on the play about 7. And it'll be second down and 3.
These Spurrier offenses relies heavily on the draw play because they pass enough that they keep you so off balance with the pass that when you come hard with those defensive linemen, then they run the draw. So it really supposedly keeps the pressure off your quarterback.
Hill and Riedel Anthony are wide to the right. Jackson to the left on a second down and 3. Again, the handoff to Elijah Williams. Nothing there this time as he is brought down after a gain of maybe a yard on the play. It'll be third down and 2. Todd Rebold making the tackle for Florida State.
When they try to run the traditional I plays, you can see they don't look near as effective as they do when they run draws and screens. And, you know, Williams just took himself out of the game. Maybe he's got a little bruise there, and in comes Fred Taylor. A little bigger, stronger, 6'1", 214, also a freshman.
Third down and 2 for Florida at the 26-yard line, their own 26. In motion goes Taylor. Back to pass, just a quick out. First down to Jack Jackson at the 30, and he carries the tackler, Corey Fuller, to the 35. He caught the ball in first down territory at the 30-yard line and then moved it to the 35. Did Jack Jackson. First and 10, Florida.
Florida State's 2 defensive corners, Corey Fuller, he plays what they call bounty corner, which means he's on the boundary side, always a short side, and Clifton Abraham is always on the wide side. So they're going to try to pick on Fuller a little more than the All-American Abraham, and that's why they put Jackson. They can do that by alignment, as you can see here, with the ball on the left hash mark. That puts Jackson against Fuller.
Jackson on the left side. 2 wide outs to the right on first and 10. Here's a handoff to Taylor, and Taylor gets to about the 37-yard line before he is stood up at the 37, a gain of a couple by Fred Taylor. 7-3, Florida leads, 1:40 to play here in the first quarter. They spotted at the 37-yard line. It'll be second down and 8 for Florida at their own 37.
Wolfert's only 3 for 9, 79 yards, but one of them was a biggie.
Doring and Anthony are wide to the right. Jack Jackson is wide to the left. Lone setback is Taylor behind Werfel. Werfel back to pass. He loses grip of the ball. It's going to be ruled an incomplete pass as the pressure came on. It's going to be ruled an incomplete pass and not a fumble. The Seminoles first thought it might be a fumble, but he had no time to set up at all. A strong rush by Florida State.
And you know, one of the real problems here today, you have SEC officials doing the game. Remember, Florida State's an ACC team. Florida's an SEC team. It was SEC officials that called that, so that just leaves the window open for controversy. I don't believe he ever had his arm going forward, to be honest with you. He was tackled and never had it going forward.
Third down and 8 at their own 37. Werfel is back to pass, looks upfield, throws, it's caught at the 45 and up to the 46-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down, caught by Chris Doring. Doring, a junior walk-on from Gainesville, Florida. The receiver gets the first down to the 47-yard line, their own 47.
Yeah, you can't give Florida that many opportunities to score when with their high-powered offense. Remember, this thing started on the 5-yard line, and they've systematically moved it up the field.
Werfel is changing the play at the line of scrimmage, and now he calls timeout. Danny Werfel going to use one of Florida's timeouts. So with the score, Florida 7, Florida State 3, there's a timeout. Now this for STP. First and 10, Florida at their own 47. Here's a long pass to Jackson. Overshot his intended receiver, Jack Jackson. Stride for stride with Jackson was quarterback Corey Fuller. It'll be second down and 10.
They do that for a purpose, though. If they don't complete the pass, it still makes the defensive back have to chase him down the field. And then that's when they can throw those passes underneath. Just for your information, you know who the offensive coordinator is for Florida? Steve Spurrier.
Steve Spurrier, the head coach.
Yep, he does it all. He wants to control that offense.
Byron Capers has come on for Corey Fuller at a cornerback spot. Werfel throws one, a flat pass out here to Taylor, 45-50 down to the 45-yard line of Florida State. A pickup on the play of about 8 yards on the flat pass to Fred Taylor. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
They took Jackson out there wide, ran them both over the middle. The defensive back had to respect that, ran with him. Then they just simply swung the back right out of the backfield, Taylor, and they hit him with the ball and the move. And there was really, at first, no one there. He made a good 8 yards. Now it's 3rd and short.
And that's the end of the first quarter with the score, Florida 7, Florida State 3. Now this for State Farm. Back at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Harry Callis along with Fran Kersey. Our statistician is Paul Murphy. Our on-site producer-engineer, Bob Jankowski. Studio producer-engineer, Al Smith. 7-3, Florida leads. They're facing a 3rd and 2. And in Steve Spurrier's offense, the fullback rarely carries the ball, so you don't look for the fullback to rush very much. Chris Bilkey's only carried 5 times all year. Dwayne Mobley, a backup, 10 times.
And, you know, they take him out of the game a lot of times. Along with a tight end, they bring in Chris Doring. They list him as a second-team receiver, but he really is a main purposeful receiver, and Dookie will stay in and simply to block. But, you know, 18 of Florida's 55 touchdowns were scored in 2 minutes or less. So this is one of those drives they feel against this team. You got to pick and hunt and wear them out.
3rd down and 2 for Florida at the 45-yard line of Florida State. The lone setback is Fred Taylor. 2 wideouts to the right. Back to pass for it is Danny Werfel going deep downfield, overshot a wide open Riedel Anthony. Anthony was open at the 10-yard line, but he overthrew him, and it's 4th down and 2 for Florida.
Wow, I mean, he was open, and I'm surprised that Werfel wouldn't underthrow a guy that wide open. Let him catch the ball. Even if he doesn't score, make sure he catches that ball. No way they could have blocked that pass.
Punting unit checks in for Florida. They'll try to pin Florida State deep. James Colsey back to receive the punt, standing at his own 10-yard line. 7-3, Florida leads. Kevin Johnson is the snapper. Shane Edge, the punter. Delay of game penalty against Florida. That'll move the ball back 5 yards.
They don't have to take it, and they shouldn't take it. They're trying to get position.
Florida State is going to decline the penalty.
Smart move.
So they'll keep the line of scrimmage to 45 of Florida State. Shane Edge will attempt a coffin corner punt here. Good snap. Edge angles it to the near side. A high booming punt, but it goes way through the end zone, and Florida State will get a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So that was not close to the sideline by Edge, and Florida State will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20, with Florida leading by a score of 7-3.
Well, both these teams are moving the ball up and down the field, but then Florida had another chance to have a big score there, and Florida State fumbled on their last possession. They were down on the 5-yard line, so this is their chance to get back into it.
Danny Canal, the quarterback. He sends Omar Ellison and Kez McCorvey wide to the left-hand side, one wide out to the right. Warwick Dunn is the setback. Zach Crockett, the fullback. Handoff is to Dunn, and Dunn finds nothing at the line of scrimmage, stopped right at the 20-yard line. Florida's done a pretty good job of bottling up the rushing plays by Florida State. Kevin Carter right there to make the tackle.
No huddle offense.
From the shotgun, direct snap. Canal rolls out, looks upfield, throws incomplete, threw it to the sideline. Omar Ellison, his intended receiver, had fallen down.
And you know, that's tough too for Canal, who's not really known to be a great running quarterback. Rolled to his left, and that's a tough thing to do for him to roll to his left and try to throw the perfect strike to his right.
So it is 3rd and 10 facing Florida State at their own 20-yard line. Ellison and Messam are wide left. McCorvey is wide right. Canal hands off to Dunn. Running room 25. Reverses field. Fights his way for a first down to the 30-yard line is Warwick Dunn, a 10-yard pickup.
How he got that last 2 yards is beyond me. He was tackled on about the 28, and somehow he wiggled and he waggled and he made that first down.
1st and 10, Florida State. Great effort by the sophomore Warwick Dunn from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 1st and 10, Seminoles. They trail 7-3, 13:50 to play in the first half.
Contact on the center. Always amazes me, Harry, how in the world the guy lined up on the nose guard right over the center is a guy that jumps off sides more than anybody else.
That was Henry McMillan of Florida, so it'll cost the Gators 5 yards. And move it to the 35, where it'll be 1st and 5 for Florida State.
Warwick Dunn's 8 for 43 yards, carried the ball 8 times, so he's a little behind his average, actually.
His average 7.1 per carry. He's gone over the 1,000-yard rushing mark for the season. 1st down and 5 for Florida State. Danny Canal, play action. Looks upfield, throws incomplete. It was intended for Warwick Dunn out of the backfield after taking a handoff to Dunn. Good coverage in the secondary by Florida. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, you had Kes McCorvey running a streak route right down the sidelines there, but he wasn't about to fool Mr. Lott. He was step for step for him, so when Canal saw that, he tried to get the ball out to the flat to Warwick Dunn.
McCorvey is wide to the left, wide to the right is Omar Ellison. Tight end back in, Melvin Pearsall for Florida State. Here's a pitch back to Warwick Dunn, tries to run wide, snared for a big loss back at the 28-yard line by Kevin Carter. Carter, the senior from Tallahassee, has had a big game defensively for the Gators.
Yeah, he came in here, he had 10.5 sacks. You know, he's really a quick guy, can run fast. He's only, 6'6", 271, but that's small under some defensive linemen, and he runs. He's one of 12 people for the final. He's a finalist in the Lombardi Trophy.
That's 9.5 tackles for losses for Carter this year. 3rd down, 11, facing Florida State at their own 29-yard line. Canal back to pass, looks upfield, he throws, it is incomplete. It was intended for his fullback, Zach Crockett. Even had Crockett made the catch, they would have picked up only a couple of yards. And it'll be 4th down, and the punting situation is on, and we have a Florida State player hurt, and I think it might be Danny Canal.
It sure is, it sure looks like, and he's really having a hard time getting up. It could be Todd Fordham. It's 71. It looks like,
okay.
Yeah,
not
Todd
Canal.
Fordham, 6'5", 281, right tackle. So he's the guy that's got to protect your front side for the quarterback.
So Todd Fordham, the sophomore offensive tackle, down on the field. Florida State will be forced to punt. Back to take the punt is Sorola Palmer for Florida.
You know, interestingly enough, Harry, Florida State came into this game. They fumbled 16 times, but they lost 11 of them. And that's kind of unusual. And the fumble in this ball game has kind of kept Florida ahead 7-3. They fumbled. Preston fumbled on the 5-yard line. So Florida State has not had a lot of luck recovering fumbles.
Florida State player Todd Fordham, the offensive tackle, is still down on the field. His backup is Juan Laureano.
He's played a lot this year. It's not like you're bringing in some rookie. Laureano has played quite a bit this season.
Laureano's been banged up a little bit. He was a sophomore All-American. Junior from Orlando, Florida. Mowry has come on to punt. Later today on Mutual, another college football classic. Great intersectional rivalry, Notre Dame and USC on many of these Mutual stations.
How do you read that game, Harry?
That's going to be a close game. Tony Roberts and Tom Pagnon will be on hand for that one.
You know, we were fortunate enough, you and I, we did the UCLA-Arizona State game, and it was a total mismatch. I mean, UCLA really was dominant, and they turned right around and beat Southern Cal, who everybody thought was coming back and should have beaten them, and they didn't. So you're right, it's going to be an interesting game out there.
Mowry is in to punt. He averages 37.9 per punt. There is a penalty marker down before the snap. And a Seminole lineman might have moved before the snap. It did. It's going to cost Florida State 5 yards. Moves it back to the 24-yard line.
Things are not going too well for Florida State the early part of this game, but anything can happen. Both these teams are such high-powered offenses.
Here's a snap to Mowry. Gets a low punt away. It hits at the 50, takes a Florida roll. Picked up by Palmer at the 41, and he goes backwards. He's smothered back at the 38-yard line. Good punt coverage by Florida State. 7-3, Florida leads. This is Major College Football on Mutual. 7-3, Florida leading Florida State. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is Mutual, your network leader in radio sports. Florida will have the ball first and 10 at their own 39-yard line. The Gators lead the Seminoles 7-3. We have 12:21 left to play here in the first half. So the Florida Gators with the ball in good field position at their own 39-yard line.
Well, if Florida State is going to get back into this game, an interesting thing here is Florida State has scored 156 of their 374 points in the second quarter. 42% of all their points are scored in a second quarter.
First and 10 for the Gators at their own 39-yard line. Werfel pitches back to Elijah Williams, and he gets up to the 40, and that's all. A gain of 1 by the tailback, Elijah Williams. It'll be second down and 9.
Clever little play there. They pitch the ball, and he kind of runs back to kind of a counter play. Then he runs back with a trap, but it just didn't fool Florida State at all.
Andre Wadsworth with a tackle, a redshirt freshman who was a walk-on here at Florida State. Second down and 9. Facing Florida at their own 40-yard line. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 wideouts to the left. Werfel is back to pass, has time, dumps it over the middle. It's caught by his fullback, who was jarred by a tackle but stayed on his feet, did Dwayne Mobley, and got it up to the 46-yard line.
Well, Mobley came into this game catching only 3 passes, so like you say, the fullback is hardly ever used, and maybe that's why Steve pulled it out this week, because FSU's game plan certainly doesn't call any passes going to the fullback.
Good for 6 yards. It'll be third down and 3 for Florida at their own 46-yard line. Werfel calls the signals. Hands off to Williams, and he has what appears to be the first down at midfield. Elijah Williams behind the block of Dwayne Mobley. Picks up the first down.
Apparently, FSU was expecting a pass because they took out Darrell Bush, their fine linebacker, who is the leading tackler on the team. And he was out of the game that time, anticipating a pass.
So it's 1st and 10, Florida at midfield. Danny Werfel on a 1st down at the 50-yard line. Play action, looks upfield, going deep downfield to Jack Jackson. Incomplete, almost picked off by Corey Fuller, who had Jackson well covered.
Yeah, you're not going to throw a pass up in the air like that against Fuller. He's too fast. The kind you want to get Jackson is when he gets that ball and runs with it. He's a great runner, you know, as you know from his kickoff returns. Get the ball to him and let him make his long run.
Corey Fuller missed last year. He's a senior cornerback from Tallahassee. He was out last season with a knee injury. 2nd down and 10 for Florida. Werfel back to pass. He looks, he throws, and it is caught on the near side of the 31, a 1st down. Caught by Aubrey Hill, 1st and 10, Florida. Hill is the touchdown receiver. He caught a 58-yard touchdown pass in the 1st period from Danny Werfel.
And they're bringing Derek Alexander back in, even though his left arm is all taped up. He's dragging it down. They're getting no pass rush at all out of the people they have in there. And if you don't get a pass rush against Werfel in this high-powered offense, you got major problems. And we talked about the defense of Florida State, but we never thought that Alexander would be wounded.
1st and 10, Florida at the 31-yard line of Florida State. Danny Werfel sends Mobley in motion, and now Werfel going to have to use a timeout, it looks like.
There's a flag on the field. I don't know whether they're going to go ahead and call timeout first. Let's see.
Delay of game.
Yeah, they got him.
Delay of game penalty against Florida moves it back 5 to the 36 of Florida State, giving Florida 1st and 15. Steve Spurrier, the Florida Gators head coach, was the ACC Coach of the Year when he was at Duke in 1988 and 89, and the SEC Coach of the Year in 90 and 91. He always has high-powered offenses. Here's a pass caught inside the 25 to the 20, and down to the 18 goes Jack Jackson. 1st down, Florida at the 18-yard line of Florida State. A pickup on the play of about 17.
You can see, though, how important it is to get the ball to Jackson and let him run, because he has such an elusive runner that he almost got away that time, but that was a deep hook pass and turn him loose.
1st and 10, Florida at the 18-yard line of Florida State. Florida leads 7-3. Werfel hands it off. Spinning to the 15-yard line is the tailback, Elijah Williams. Picks up about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Again, that draw play, you know, when you're throwing the ball well, the draw play works. If you're not throwing the ball well, your draw play usually doesn't work. That's because the draw play is designed to slow down the rush of the defensive front 4.
2nd down and 7. Werfel hands off again. Williams gets outside, inside the 15. A short tackle at the 10-yard line prevents the 1st down. Corey Fuller making the tackle. It'll bring out a 3rd down and 2 facing Florida at the 10-yard line of Florida State.
That was precisely the same play, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't run a draw play again, knowing Steve Spurrier, even though you would think that it would be, he don't have a play that can just run straight ahead, but a draw play has had so much success for him. Let's see what they come with.
Williams is out. Fred Taylor is in at the setback for Florida on a 3rd down and 2 call. Taylor gets the handoff. 1st down to the 6-yard line. Fred Taylor off his right tackle with good blocking by tight end Sean Nunn, and his lead fullback Dwayne Mobley gets the 1st.
That was the offset eye where they move Mobley over to the right so he has a direct shot at the linebacker, and that gives the running back Taylor all the room to run with, and boy, Mobley did his job. He knocked that linebacker right back out of the hole.
First and 10, Florida at the 6-yard line of Florida State. Werfel hands off again to Taylor. Taylor being strung out, but he fights his way down to the 3-yard line before he is wrestled to earth. Pick up on the play of around 3. Good effort by Fred Taylor, who's a true freshman, 6'1", 214 pounds.
Well, Bobby keeps bringing in help, linebackers and people from the side. Now he brought in Sam Cowart. So they feel like they're in their goal line situation, so they'll put all their guys in a gap and just try to get some penetration. Now Florida puts 3 wide receivers to the left, so that's how they counter.
Take their fullback out. They have 3 wide outs to the left. The lone setback is Fred Taylor. On a second down and goal, rolling to the left, throwing, touchdown, Jack Jackson. From Danny Werfel to Jack Jackson for a touchdown, Florida. Jack Jackson's 28th career touchdown reception. That is one shy of the all-time Southeast Conference record held by Terry Beasley of Auburn. He had 29 career touchdown catches. Jackson now with 28.
Florida State was going to the officials saying they were picked. They had all 3 receivers on one side. 2 of the receivers go down in the middle and cause confusion, and that's when Jackson breaks out behind him.
Judd Davis's extra point is up, and it is good. And Florida has taken a 14-3 lead. 7:25 left to play in the first half. Timeout on the field. Now this for NRA. Florida leads Florida State 14-3, and the Gators will kick off. Shane Edge will do the kicking. The deep men are Omar Ellison on the far side and Rock Preston on the near side. 14-3 Florida. Edge gets a driving kickoff away out of the end zone. What a tremendous kick by Edge, and Florida State will have it first and 10 on their own 20-yard line. There are penalty flags down on the play.
It looks like it may go against the Seminoles. You know, Steve Spurrier, since he's come to Florida, has had winning seasons, 9 wins every year at least, and the guy has just done such a sensational job there.
They have just broken with their 14 points today, Fran, their record, their all-time SEC record for most points scored in a season, which they set last year.
Yep, and they aren't finished yet because it still counts in the Alabama game, too.
Slipping penalty on this kickoff, which had no chance of being returned. It was kicked to the back of the end zone, but that's going to move Florida State all the way back to their 10-yard line, so they start in poor field position. Do the Seminoles first and 10 at their own 10-yard line. You
know, to tell you such a high-powered offense that Florida has, out of 40 quarters, they've scored 38, so now they've scored 40 out of 42 quarters of football this year. That's awesome. First and 10, Florida State, Danny Canal. Hands off to Warwick Dunn, and he gets up to the 15-yard line. A pickup of 5 by Dunn. It'll be second down and 5.
Defensive play by number 36, Kevin Freeman.
Kevin Freeman made the tackle. For Florida, it'll be second down and 5. Warwick Dunn's the man that beat Florida last year at the Swamp with a 79-yard touchdown reception, mostly on his legs. Short pass that he turned into a 79-yard TD. Hand off to Dunn, and he's nailed for a 5-yard loss. Warwick Dunn took the delayed handoff, and right there was the Florida defense to get Dunn for a 5-yard loss on the play.
You know, talking about last year's game, there was a big difference too, Harry. You had a guy named Charlie Ward behind that center. He completed 38 passes out of 56 last year for 446 yards. That opens up your running attack pretty good when you have that kind of a frightening guy playing that quarterback position. Canal doesn't have, of course, that kind of ability.
Now Canal is facing a third down and 9, and he's back to pass under some pressure. His arm is hit. Incomplete pass. It was going forward. Right there to nail him was Kevin Carter. What a defensive game this big Kevin Carter is having right here in his hometown. He's from Tallahassee.
Both of these quarterbacks know you better throw the ball on rhythm because both tackles and teams are so quick that you better get rid of that ball. There's going to be pressure put on you, and that's what happened. Canal held on to the ball just a little too long, and it didn't take Carter long to get to him.
Mowry now has to punt from his own end zone. Sarola Palmer is back in safety for Florida. Driving punt, fair catch called and made by Palmer at the 41-yard line of Florida State. So Florida will have great field position, and the Gators lead 14-3. That's the score. Florida 14, FSU 3. This is Major College Football on Mutual. Participating sponsors of Major College Football are U.S. Army Reserve and STP. Florida has a 14-3 lead, and they have the ball at the Florida State 41-yard line. Excellent field position for the Gators.
Remember last year, the Seminoles snapped Florida's 23-game home win streak in the swamp. And the Gators are coming in here rather angry. And, of course, they've got further things to attend to, like play Alabama and hopefully go to the Sugar Bowl.
On the STP Major College scoreboard, Tennessee leading Vanderbilt 17-7. That's in the second quarter. Here it's 14-3 Florida. 5:54 left to play in the first half. Werfel on a reverse. Inside the 40, dragged out of the 38-yard line. A penalty marker on the play. Riedel Anthony was the ball carrier on the reverse. He picked up just 3 yards on the reverse. But there is a marker down on the play.
Face mask. And will it be incidental? I'm not too sure that it's even going to be incidental because it looked to me like he went down violently. So we'll see how they mark it off here. I think it's going to be a 15, and it is
Major,
a 15.
A 15-yard face mask penalty, not the incidental face mask.
No, he viciously went down. There's no question about that. I mean, everything's going wrong in the third quarter for the Seminoles.
Takes it to the 23-yard line of Florida State, where it'll be 1st and 10. First and 10 for Florida at the 23 of Florida State. Back to pass is Werfel. Has some time. Now throws one. It's caught inside the 20, inside the 15 to the 13. Goes tight end Sean Nunn. And that'll be enough for a first down. I believe it's going to be close to the 12-yard line. Depends on where they spot it.
That's another one of those guys. You know, most teams use their backs and tight ends, but Florida, that's only Nunn, who's a starting tight end, 6th reception all year. So, you know, for a first down, I mean, it's incredible that they don't use their tight end, but in a passing situation, they usually take those guys out of the game.
So it is 1st and 10, Florida at the 12-yard line of Florida State. Florida leads 14-3. Danny Werfel, the quarterback. Werfel hands off. Good hole inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line goes Fred Taylor. He's wrestled back. But Taylor picked up about 3. There was a good opening for a while. The linebackers closed in a hurry along with strong safety Devin Bush.
You can see, though, what Steve Spurrier does. He throws the ball, then runs a draw. I mean, his balanced attack, 52% pass and 48% run, keeps surfacing all the time, all predicated on moving the ball north and south. And, boy, they do. They got 205 total offense already.
Second down and 7 for Florida at the 9-yard line of Florida State. Hand off again to Taylor. Taylor inside the 5. He's down to the 3, but there's a flag down on the play. And the flag in the area where they usually call holding. He got close to a first down, but a marker down on the play.
There's 2 markers down, too, though. It might be, we'll see what the other marker is. There's another marker down. He hasn't discussed this marker over here.
It is a holding penalty. Moves it back to the 20-yard line.
Bad news for the Seminoles. Alexander is out. We're going to try to find out what's wrong with him, folks, but his left arm has been dragging.
So they have second down, the Gators, and 18 to go for a first down. Rolling out Werfel, throws a quick pass, caught by Anthony, he's dropped immediately. Might have gained a yard. Riddell Anthony was the receiver, and he was stopped in his tracks by Devin Bush, the strong safety. Also Clifton Abraham in on the stop. So it'll be third down now. And they're looking at about 16 for a first down. They have it at the 18-yard line of Florida State, and now Florida will use another one of their timeouts. 3:27 left to play here in the first half. Florida leading Florida State by a score of 14-3. They are well within the field goal range of Judd Davis, the senior from Ocala. With the score, Florida 14, Florida State 3. There's a timeout. Now this for Navy. Third down, 16 for Florida at the 18-yard line of Florida State. Werfel has three wideouts to right, looks upfield, goes left, and it is incomplete, intended for Aubrey Hill. He was well covered by Corey Fuller in the end zone. Aubrey Hill was the lone wideout on the left side. That's who Werfel wanted, but good coverage by Corey Fuller, and now the field goal unit will come on for Florida.
Well, they had one back in the backfield, Taylor. They put him in motion to the left, and a linebacker came out one-on-one with him. I'm surprised they didn't throw him the ball. I'm not sure he would have scored, but he was wide open coming underneath.
Judd Davis for a 35-yard field goal attempt. It is up, and it is long enough and good by Judd Davis. So Florida has taken a 17-3 lead with 3:17 left to play here in the first half. We'll be right back to Major College Football after this special timeout for the U.S. Army. Judd Davis, 35-yard field goal. He is now 13 for 15 in field goals this year and 60 for 60 in point afters. He's had some year as Judd Davis, the senior from Ocala. He was a walk-on for the Gators.
Well, Judd Davis was the Lou Groza winner last year in 1993, and they had some pretty good kickers, so they think the world of him.
Shane Edge does the kicking off. It's going to be taken by Preston, 1 yard deep. He's going to try to run it out up to the 10, the 15, the 20, and got to the 24. A good run back by Preston after taking it in his own end zone. He was finally tackled on the play by Florida special teamer Chris Bilkey. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Florida State. Seminoles trail 17-3. They have it at their own 24-yard line.
Well, the Seminoles have only made 110 total yards, 60 passing and 50 running.
You mentioned the second quarter usually belongs to Florida State, but they have scored zip here. Here's a pass. It's caught at the 25, and up to the 28-yard line goes the receiver. Danny Canal had to get out of trouble and then completed the pass. Pickup of 8 on the play to Warwick Dunn.
Well, what's impressive to me is the pressure that the Gators are getting out of four-man rush with Carter and Johnson and those guys up front. And they're making Canal move around in the backfield, so it's causing him some problems.
Picked up on the play of not 8, of about 5. Canal back to pass. He's hit. He fumbles. It's recovered by Florida at the 40-yard line. He was hit and fumbled. It was recovered by Kevin Carter, and the hitter,
Johnny Church, is the guy that hit him from behind. And boy, he is a young junior there. Wow, he was a Frosh All-American. He came in and really pounded him from behind. You never saw him.
Johnny Church forced the fumble. It was recovered by Kevin Carter, and now Florida has it. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line of Florida State. Florida leads 17-3. Werfel on a quarterback draw, 25-20. All the way, he fumbles, but he recovers his own fumble at the 21-yard line. There is a penalty marker down on the play.
We were just talking about the defense of the University of Florida, how they were putting the pressure on Canal and the Seminoles, and boy, if all of a sudden he didn't come in and make a big play, I think it's going to be motion or offsides on the Gators. They're moving back. At that time was a no backs in the backfield, all of them lined all over the place, and there was a quarterback draw, very successfully executed, except somebody was offside. No, they're calling it hit in the back, so it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. From that point.
From the point where the illegal block was made, moves it back to the 33-yard line, where they're looking at a 1st down, and 14 are the Gators at the 33 of Florida State. Participating sponsors on Major College Football are U.S. Army Reserve and STP. 1st down, 14 for Florida. Werfel back to pass, looks up, he's hit as he releases, intercepted by Corey Fuller at the 10, up to the 15, the 20, the 25, and he's wrestled down at the 27. There are penalty markers down.
That clip back there, I saw it. They kind of called, there was no question. Number 10 clipped in the back.
That's Derek Brooks, the All-American linebacker.
Makes no difference. They got the ball back. Boy, I'll tell you, if you're a Seminole fan out there, you needed to have a break here. What you didn't need to have is Florida have another score there. Steve Spurrier is irate on the sidelines because really Werfel was hit just as he threw the ball, and I can't see the person.
That was Boulware, Peter Boulware, who hit him just as he delivered, and the ball intercepted by Corey Fuller, but instead of having it at their 27-yard line, it's backed all the way up to the 8, where Florida State will take over 1st and 10 at their own 8 with just 1:37 to play in the 1st half.
And Florida State has all 3 of their timeouts. Florida has 1 left. Be interesting to see how Bobby Bowden finishes out this last minute and 37 seconds. Will he try to score, or will he just try to get out of here? It looks to me like he's going to go for
1st and 10 at the 8-yard line. Here's a pitch back to Dunn. Trying to get outside. Gets a breaks the tackle at the 5, but gets only back up to the 8-yard line. He broke the tackle at the 5-yard line and gets back to about the line of scrimmage. It looked like he might be snared for a loss on the play.
Yeah, there's Kevin Carter again. You know, you've mentioned his name so many times. Carter was right there and forced him to go inside.
Gain of just a yard by Dunn. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from their own 9-yard line. Danny Canal, the quarterback. Rolls out to the left, throws a pass, caught by his tight end up to the 15 and to the 17. He appears to be a yard shy of the 1st down, does Melvin Pearsall. He'll be 1 yard shy of a 1st down, and now Florida is going to use their last time out of the half with 45 seconds left to play in the half, and Florida leading 17-3. We'll be right back to Major College Football after this special timeout for Showtime Pay-Per-View. Back at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, where Florida leads Florida State 17-3. Harry Callis along with Fran Kersey, our statistician Paul Murphy. Our studio producer-engineer is Al Smith, and our on-site producer-engineer is Bob Jankowski. Fran Kersey, I might have spoken too soon in our opening when I said Florida State looks to have a better defense. And Florida defense has really been outstanding here in the 1st half.
They sure have. And also Florida's offense, you know, they struck one big one, but for the most part, they're taking nickel-diming it and using up the clock against Florida State also on offense.
3rd down, a yard to go for a 1st down, and Canal will pass forward under pressure, throws it up for grabs, and it's intercepted at midfield, back to the 45, the 40, 35, running laterally, now laterals the ball, Now they're running backwards, back to midfield, and now finally corralled back at midfield. They gave up 15 yards.
That's silly.
It was intercepted by Michael Gilmore, who got it to the 35, and then he lateraled back to Lawrence Wright. And Wright went backwards all the way to midfield.
Boy, is Steve Spurrier mad on the sidelines. All they had to do was get the ball back to about the 30, and they could have. They've still got plenty of time. They got no more timeouts yet. They used their last one, and then they go ahead and do something like that. Now they got to use the sidelines, and that really hurt them. I mean, they're going to have to use the first downs to stop the clock. They could have gotten a field goal out of that, but again, though, Canal never should have thrown that ball.
He was under severe pressure once again from Kevin Carter. Gilmore intercepted, got all the way to the 35. Now that's pretty close to within the range of their field goal kicker, Judd Davis. His long field goal this year has been 52.
Plus, Harry, you know, when you take your team, even if with 23 seconds to go, you make one pass, it takes you 17 seconds to get your team off the bench, onto the field, line up, and kick a field goal. So you had time to do all that on one completed pass, or get the ball for a first down, clock stops, quarterback comes out, throws the ball down, stops the clock. There's a lot of things you can do, but one thing you didn't want to do was lose that much yardage on the interception.
Well, Gilmore may have made a mistake there. It was his 5th interception by laddering the ball, but he is a great student for the Florida Gators, a GTE academic All-America from Chipley, Florida.
Well, that's a third turnover by FSU. We have an FSU man down here. I think losing Alexander, I don't think helped any either. I keep harping on that, but that's how important he is to their defense, because when you force the Gators to take 2 people to block him.
That was Warwick Dunn, wasn't it? Yes.
It sure is.
Warwick
He's all
Dunn,
right.
who was shaken up on the play.
But when you take 2 people to have to sacrifice to block a guy like Derek Alexander, now they go back and just one-on-one block, man protection. It kind of helps the Gators in that sense. Well, they're in a Hail Mary formation here. Everybody on one side, Jackson on the other side. I like the way Steve lines up Jackson against Corey Fuller. He thinks he has the better odds that way, I guess.
So they have 3 wideouts on the left, 2 on the right. First down, Werfel back to pass, throws. It's caught up the middle at the 30, down to the 28-yard line, but seconds are ticking away. They'll move the chains and stop the clock while they move the chains. They are within field goal range of Davis.
And he'll throw the ball down to stop the clock right here, I would think.
He throws it down to the turf, and that'll stop the clock with 15 ticks left on the clock before halftime.
See, now they have to go for first downs or touchdowns. You can't even catch the ball and get tackled inbounds, because I think the clock would run out before you could get a play off. So you either have to go for first downs, touchdowns, or out of bounds. And you have to go over those things with your whole team in meetings and everything. This is the most critical time that you work with, your last 2 minutes of each of your team.
3 wideouts to the left and 2 to the right on the second down. Back to pass, throwing deep toward the end zone to Jackson. Caught! Touchdown! Jack Jackson! Jack Jackson of Florida, touchdown, and the Gators score in the closing seconds of this first half. What a remarkable pass play from Danny Werfel to Jack Jackson, his 29th career reception, and he's now tied for the all-time Southeast Conference lead touchdown catches in a career.
And still has a lot of time to get more. I'm going to tell you that was all caused because of the pressure from the defense of Florida, forcing Canal to throw the ball up for grabs.
Judd Davis for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. And this first half has belonged to Florida. 8 seconds left to play until halftime. 24-3, Florida leads Florida State.
And let's give Steve Spurrier credit for clock management. He knew he had no timeouts. He only had seconds on the clock, and he used the spike to stop the clock. I mean, everything about that whole drive was spectacular. And, of course, they picked on Corey Fuller, the guy I'm saying they're going one-on-one with Jack Jackson, and that's a mismatch. Jackson's too good for that. You can't do that consistently. I thought maybe they would go into this game and put Cliff Abraham and let him shadow Jackson, put your best All-American against an All-American, but Florida can continue to dictate where Florida State plays Jackson, and that time it was a mismatch. And Warwick Dunn is going into the locker room now early. There must be something wrong with him.
He was hurt on that scrum play, the interception, and when they lateraled back, he was hurt on that play. And amazingly, Florida gave up 15 yards after that interception, still score a touchdown.
That's exactly right.
Thanks to the concentration of Jack Jackson, we can see why he is an All-American. Kickoff is on the ground. It's picked up by Tiger McMillan, and he's going to be swarmed under at the 13-yard line.
Well, remember before I said I'm not sure how Bobby's going to approach this when the ball was on the 8-yard line there, 10-yard line, whether to run out the clock and go on in and then have damage control, or else just go ahead and try to score a long ways, which is tough to do. Well, they throw an interception and it ends up biting them. They got the ball back, and they could have just gone in and they're not too far out of this game, but now all of a sudden they're out of this game. Florida has about set all the offensive records this year in the SEC with those scores. I mean, this thing is a show.
And another thing the Gators have done is totally taken the Florida State partial crowd here out of the game. I haven't heard Tomahawk Chop one.
You're right.
Danny Canal will just kneel down, and Florida State will go to the locker room and lick their wounds and try to figure out some way to move the ball in the second half. That's the end of the first half. The score, Florida 24, Florida State 3. Now this for Presto. Back at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. Florida leading Florida State here at halftime, 24-3. Harry Callis along with Fran Kersey, our statistician Murph Murphy, our studio producer-engineer Al Smith, and our on-site producer-engineer is Bob Jankowski. Florida State will get the ball to start the second half. Florida will kick off. And Florida State scoring just 3 points in the first half. And Fran, you had mentioned that Florida State this year had owned the second quarter. They were held scoreless in the second quarter by this Florida defense.
That's right. 42% of all their scores were scored in the second quarter. So they're struggling. I think that Florida's taking them out of that position. They just can't get anything going. And Canal is not a kind of a quarterback that can scramble around back there and make something happen on his own. So right now they have the luxury of lining back and playing a nickel defense against the Seminoles and force them to beat them with the pass. And I don't think Canal is good enough to do that. And I don't think that the offensive lineman can hold up the really ferocious rush that Florida can put on if they know it's going to be pretty much a pass-only attack.
Let's pause briefly for our station identification. This is Mutual, your network leader in radio sports. Back at Doak Campbell Stadium, another big question for Florida State is how effective will Warwick Dunn be here in the second half? Dunn, the fine tailback for the Seminoles, was shaken up late in the first half. He is expected to return and play, but he is also a key factor.
Well, they don't lose that much with Preston, though. I mean, Preston goes in there, and he himself he's made 8 touchdowns. Dunn's made 8 touchdowns this year. One's averaging 8.8 Dunn, and Preston's averaging 9.2. So there's not that much difference. But I think when you start getting back into that third team area, Tiger McMillan and those guys, it's a little bit of a difference.
Rock Preston and Tiger McMillan are the deep men to take the punt to start the second half from Shane Edge.
You know, I don't even see Derek. Yes, I see Dunn now on the sideline, so he is out on the sidelines.
Edge has been kicking him deep, and he hits another deep kickoff. It's taken 2 yards in the end zone. It's going to be run out by Preston. He's upended at the 15-yard line on a very fine special teams play by Florida's number 20, and that would be Sam Mccorkle.
Sam Mccorkle came unopposed. He sprinted down there. Remember, he's a strong safety, so you know he has speed. And nobody touched him. He just came straight down and tackled him. Ball's on the 15. Wow.
He's an excellent special teams player, is Sam McCorkle for Florida. 1st and 10, Florida State. They start in poor field position again at their own 15-yard line. From the shotgun formation. Shiver, direct snap to Canal. He throws, and it's out of the hands of one into the hands of another at the 30 to the 35, and a first down. A pickup of 20 yards on the pass play to Kes McCorby.
Yeah, they're going to go with a no huddle, which means they're now really going to get serious and try to get caught up here. As I said, they must score this possession.
Warwick Dunn is indeed in the lineup. He's a setback standing alongside Canal on the shotgun formation. 2 wide outs to the left and 2 to the right. Canal gets the direct snap. He throws to Warwick Dunn, catches it, and is tackled immediately after a gain of a yard on the play. Anthony Lott right there to bring him down after just a short gain of 1 yard.
Yep, no huddle. They're going to try to go quickly and get caught up here.
2nd down and 9 at their own 36-yard line. 2 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right. Direct snap goes to Canal. He throws. It's caught for a first down at the 47 up to the 49-yard line. Goes E.G. Green. E.G. Green, a redshirt freshman from Fort Walton Beach, gets it to the 49, 1st and 10.
A new name, a new youngster coming along.
So from the shotgun, that's kind of negated the Florida pass rush, which was awesome in the first half, putting a lot of pressure on Canal. Canal throws up the middle. It's caught at the 48, down to the 43-yard line goes the receivers. A pickup of around 7 or 8 on that pass play. Was caught again by E.G. Green. Now they are looking at a 2nd down and about 2 for a first down at the 43-yard line of Florida. Again from the shotgun formation. Canal throws. It's caught by Ellison. He has the first down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. They needed 2. They got 4 on the pass from Danny Canal to Omar Ellison. 1st and 10, Florida State.
And they're doing it quickly. They're moving up and down the field on this, and they're taking Omar's limping out of the game.
Andre Cooper takes Omar Ellison's place. Here's a direct snap. Canal throws. Sideline pattern to Preston. 45-40. And he's stood up at the 37-yard line. Short yardage on the play. Pickup of just 2 on the pass play. A flat pass to Rock Preston.
And I saw an official have his hand on his pocket. It looked like there might have been almost a clip there, but he didn't really quite fake the block. So he put it back in his pocket.
No huddle, shotgun offense once again on 2nd down and 8 for Florida State. Canal gets the direct snap. He hands off to Preston. There's running room, 35-30 on the draw play. Gets down to the 25-yard line. Does Rock Preston. Preston, 5'9", 183-pound redshirt freshman from Miami. Picks up the first down. This is a good drive by Florida State.
And they're using all their offense. You talked about that before. This is the time you can use all your offense. No huddle has really helped Florida State.
Direct snap to Canal. He throws again to Preston in the flat inside the 25, and he's wrestled down at the 20-yard line. Pickup of 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Larry Kennedy with the tackle for Florida.
Well, they bring Preston out and they bring Dunn in. So it's really
no huddle again. 2nd down, 5 for Florida State. Direct snap to Canal. He throws. It's caught. A wide open Ellison inside the 15 to the 10 to the 80. Fumbles. But the whistle blows the ball dead at the 7-yard line. Omar Ellison was wide open up the middle. He got inside the 10, then coughed it up. The officials are ruling that the ground caused the fumble. And now Danny Canal with a first down and goal to go is going to use a timeout. 24-3, Florida leads. This is major college football on Mutual. Bobby Bowden has gone to the no-huddle shotgun offense here in the second half, and it has been effective, Fran Kersey.
It sure has, and we said, they got to come down here and score, and they've got to score now. This one becomes a little tougher. First on the 8-yard line. I wouldn't be surprised to see them come with a first play, a draw. They've had a lot of success with that. Spread everybody out. They got Warwick Dunn in there, but now it gets a little tougher. You don't have as much room to work with. And so those secondary guys can jump up and take away those quick passes.
We want to welcome all of those listening on Sky Radio. You can hear all of the football action right here on United, Delta, and Northwest. Stay in touch with Mutual's NCAA and NFL football and the Jim Bohannon Show on Sky Radio. First and goal, Florida State at the 8-yard line. From the shotgun formation. Setbacks are Crockett and Dunn standing alongside Canal. He gets the direct snap. He's back to pass. Throws. Caught by Dunn at the 7. He's rocked down hard on a sure tackle by Larry Kennedy at the 5-yard line. There's a penalty marker down on the play.
And look where it's going to be from where the flag is. That's on the 9-yard line. No, they're going to 9-yard line. No, they're going to do it from the 11-yard line. Wow. 10 yards from there.
Holding penalty. Ooh.
That's a killer.
So now instead of second and goal at the 5-yard line, it'll be first and goal from the 22-yard line. Wow. Ball at the Florida 22-yard line. A holding penalty. First down and goal for Florida State. From the shotgun, Danny Canal gets the direct snap. He looks upfield. He throws a flat pass caught by Dunn. He's at the 25, the 20, and dropped at the 18.
Florida is just using a deep zone, and you're taking away all the underneath routes. So the only person to throw to is the backs coming out of the backfield, and hope a guy like Warwick Dunn is quick enough to be able to avoid the tackles. But boy, they're collapsing on him.
That pass was good for just 3 yards, so it's second down and goal from the 19-yard line of Florida. Danny Canal awaits the direct snap from his center, Clay Shiver. Canal looks upfield, has time. Now a handoff to Warwick Dunn. Canal handed off to Dunn, who got inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Pick up on the play of about 6, but now they're looking at third down and goal from the 13-yard line of Florida.
Interestingly enough, they bring in Rock Preston as the running back now, and they don't think he has quite as good a hands as Warwick Dunn, and yet he's in on his critical third down and goal situation.
Well, you would think they'd almost have to pass here. Third down and goal at the 13-yard line as Danny Canal awaits the direct snap. He gets it. He's back to pass. Throws toward the end zone to McCorvey and out of the end zone. Incomplete. It was intended for Kes McCorvey. Well covered on the play by Anthone Lott. Make that Andre Cooper the intended receiver, not Kes McCorvey. It was Andre Cooper.
Well, Florida did what they had to do. They went back in the zone defense and shut down it all basically because of a holding penalty. Now we're going to go for the field goal.
Dan Mowry comes in. This will be a 30-yard attempt. Canal puts it down. Mowry's kick is up and wide to the left and no good. So the frustration continues for Florida State after this big opening second half drive. They are thwarted without any points. 9:27 left to play in the third quarter. 24-3 Florida. Timeout on the field now. This for NRA. Back at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida, where once again the Florida Gators have taken the crowd right out of this. Not much noise at all from the Florida State fans, who had a good second half drive mounted. They had a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. A holding penalty was critical, moved them back, and then they missed a field goal. So it has been very frustrating for the Seminoles today. Florida takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Danny Werfel hands off to his running back, who gets about 5 or 6 tough yards. Good effort by Fred Taylor. Taylor, a true freshman, 214-pounder, picked up 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
They have a nice little scheme there. They bring in Taylor, the big guy, 6'1", 214 freshman. They got Elijah Williams, who's 5'10", 178, more like a Warwick Dunn. So they have a hard, tough, strong runner, and then they have the quickie.
2nd down and 3 for Florida at their own 27-yard line. Handoff again goes to Taylor. This time he is stood up, but he moves the pile close to a 1st down. He was stood up at the 28, but just kept churning those legs and might have picked up the 1st for Florida. Good effort by Taylor.
Just goes to show the strength that young man has. You know, Taylor had agreed to come to Florida State from high school. And in the last couple days before on signing date, he went ahead and signed with Florida.
True freshman who has gained over 800 yards this year on the ground. They didn't make it, but the quarterback sneak does on 3rd and inches. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Florida at their own 31-yard line. Werfel just following his center, David Swain. 1st and 10, Florida. The Gators lead 24-3 with 8:07 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Steve is electing just to kind of, the whole game is use his offense so that he can kind of control the clock too.
Danny Werfel has gone the distance at quarterback for Florida. Hands off again. Taylor has no running room this time. He is stopped for a loss of perhaps a yard on the play. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Participating sponsors of Major College Football this afternoon are State Farm and Prestone. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Steve Spurrier calls all the plays from the sidelines. You've got 3 people giving the hand signals, and you have to know which one's giving the signal.
Werfel is back to pass this time. Looks deep downfield. Has a man caught at the 30 to the 25, and down to the 20-yard line goes Riddell Anthony. At the 19-yard line of Florida State, perfectly delivered pass by Danny Werfel.
Riddell Anthony also is a high school teammate of Fred Taylor. Both of them are true freshmen.
Both are playing a fine game here at Tallahassee this afternoon. 1st down and 10. Florida at the 20-yard line of Florida State.
And he enjoys the longest touchdown this year of 87 yards from Werfel.
Riddell Anthony, a true freshman from South Bay, Florida. 1st and 10, Florida. Handoff goes to Taylor. Taylor breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage. He's at the 15, the 10, down to the 9. It'll be 1st down and goal to go. Finally brought down by Clifton Abraham. And Abraham and Taylor have a few words.
Well, we're going to have to declare it's going to be a toss-up between Riddell Anthony and, of course, Taylor, who is a consistent player. The U.S. Army Recruit of the Week. I'm going to go with Fred Taylor. Okay, we'll go with them both.
Riddell Anthony and Fred Taylor, both true freshmen, having a big game for Florida here this afternoon. 1st down and goal to go at the 9-yard line. Back to pass. Looking in the end zone. Has time. Throws. It's caught at the 7 by Taylor, and he's dragged down at the 2-yard line. Taylor was finally stopped at the 2 by Peter Boulware, but it'll be 2nd down and goal, Florida. They spotted at the 2.5-yard line. 2nd and goal for the Gators there.
He was not a primary receiver. He was a fake guy off the draw play. He just slipped out in the backfield, and Werfel was looking for the prime receiver coming across. everybody was covered, and he had enough of time back there. There's no pressure now from Florida State, and he picks up Taylor dragging underneath.
Second down and goal to go, and a timeout is called by Danny Werfel. So Werfel will use a timeout. 5:20 left to play, third quarter. 24-3 Florida. This is Major College Football on Mutual. 5:20 left to play in the third quarter. Florida leading Florida State 24-3, and the Gators knocking at the door again. They have it at the 2.5-yard line of Florida State. Second down and goal to go. Two tight ends in there now. Sean Nunn for Florida and Chris Braun. Setback will be Fred Taylor. Ball at the 2.5-yard line of Florida State. This one has been surprisingly all Florida.
The more and more you watch this Florida team operate, I mean, you wonder how in the world they lost a game to Auburn. It was an emotional game, and they had to win and threw an interception with a minute to go, and that's what caused the loss. But still, this is a very powerful, all phases, the offense, defense, and especially the kicking game.
They'll be facing Alabama for the SEC championship next Saturday. Second down and goal to go. Bilkey in motion to the right. Long count by Werfel. Quarterback sneak, and he gets down to about the 1-yard line, inside the 1 to about the half-yard line before he's pushed back. Didn't get into the end zone. It'll be third and goal.
Now that's a scouting report play there. When Bilkey went in motion, and they took out Derek Brooks, number 10. They're All-American. He had to go out there with him in motion. That voids that middle area where Brooks normally roams around, and all of a sudden Werfel just took a quarterback sneak, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it again. But this time I believe they'll run right behind Bilkey on the left side with Taylor carrying the ball.
Third down and goal. In motion goes Bilkey to the right again. Quarterback dive, touchdown, Danny Werfel. Danny Werfel dived over the top of his center, David Swain, for the touchdown for Florida.
Same play. Bilkey goes in motion. Derek Brooks, who's playing right in the middle linebacker, he goes with him. Somebody's going to go with him. And that takes out the middle linebacker, and Werfel just simply jumped over the line, extended the ball, and it's a touchdown. Really simple.
30-3, Florida with 4:34 left to play in the third quarter.
Now Florida has scored 41 out of 43 quarters. Awesome.
Extra point coming up by Judd Davis. The snapper is Kevin Johnson. The holder is Shane Edge. It's up, and it is good by Judd Davis. So that's 62 consecutive point afters for Judd Davis. And with the score, Florida 31, Florida State 3. Now this for Alka-Seltzer. Shane Edge will kick it off for Florida. The deep men for Florida State. Tiger McMillan on the far side. Rock Preston on the near side. 31-3 Florida. Driving kickoff again by Edge, and Rock Preston takes it deep in the end zone. Will not try to run this one out. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Florida State at their own 20-yard line. Excellent kickoffs this afternoon by Shane Edge.
He's an outstanding kicker. You know, if a guy can punt the way he can and kick off into the end zone with this salary cap, there's a place for him in the NFL. Harry, Florida has scored 30-plus points in 9 of their 10 games and over 50 points 4 times this year.
Now there was evidently a penalty on the play.
Yep, offside.
So they'll re-kick. Offsides called against Florida, so they will re-kick from 5 yards back. And Edge will be hard-pressed to put it into the end zone now from 5 yards deeper. What's the only game they didn't score over 30?
Must have been Auburn, wasn't it? I have to check that record. I just know that it's just...
They had 33 against Auburn. It was
24 Vanderbilt. That is right. Of all teams, Vanderbilt.
Andy's defense that day was aroused, Fran. Edge now to kick it off again, and this one will probably be returned. Boy, he gets a driving kickoff. Oh, it's taken 5 yards deep in the end zone and out of the end zone. What a kickoff by Shane Edge. Good night did he power that ball. It'll be 1st and 10 for Florida State at their own 20-yard line.
That's a weapon. I mean, when you got a guy that can do that, punt as he has, you know, he doesn't only punt 25 times coming into the game, so he doesn't get a chance to exercise his punting, so he takes it out on his kickoffs.
1st and 10, Florida State. They'll go from the shotgun formation at their own 20-yard line. Direct snap to Danny Canal. He looks upfield, and he's sacked back at the 15-yard line. He was sacked by Cameron Davis. So it'll be 2nd down and 15. A no-huddle offense again by Florida State. Direct snap, Canal throws quickly to the 25-yard line. Tackled immediately at the 25. A pickup of 10 on the play. Kez McCorvey. No, make that Wayne Messam was the receiver. Messam was the receiver. A pickup of 10 brings up a 3rd down and 5. Danny Canal gets the direct snap. Looks upfield, throws, it's incomplete, nearly picked off. It was intended for Messam at the 35-yard line. And it's 3 and out once again for Florida State. They will be forced to punt. And again, Florida should come out of this punt in good field position. They've had good field position all afternoon.
And don't think for a minute that Steve Spurrier is going to pull off. Not a chance.
Dan Mowry is there to punt. Zarola Palmer back to take the punt. High, long punt this time. Palmer calls for a fair catch and makes it at the 36-yard line. So Florida will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 36 with a 31-3 lead and 3:32 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Florida Gators have taken this partial Florida State crowd completely out of the game. Florida State did lead in this game, got the first score, a field goal to lead 3-0. Since then, it has been all Florida. 1st and 10, Danny Werfel, the quarterback. Hands off, breaking a tackle at the line of scrimmage is Fred Taylor, and he gets up to the 37. He picked up just 1. Gain of just 1. That was not Fred Taylor. That was Elijah Williams, the ball carrier.
And Donnie Young, the right guard, 6'3", 294. He's limping off the field for the Gators.
Lone setback behind Werfel is Elijah Williams. On a 2nd down and 9. Back to pass. He throws a flat pass to Williams. Williams over the 35. A sure tackle at the 39-yard line. He picked up on the play just a couple. Sean Hamlin making the tackle for Florida State. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 7 facing Florida at their own 39-yard line.
They're utilizing that clock properly, too. They're keeping it running.
Danny Werfel on a 3rd down and 7. Back to pass again, flat pass. Oh, nearly picked off, nearly intercepted by Peter Boulware. Boulware, the defensive end, just covered Elijah Williams, the intended receiver, and nearly made the intercept. So Florida has gone 3 and out. For the first time this afternoon, they'll be forced to punt. Shane Edge is in to punt. James Colsey back to take the punt for Florida State, standing at his own 15-yard line.
This is only the 3rd punt for the Gators.
Edge awaits the snap from Kevin Johnson. Good snap, and Edge gets a driving punt away. Backs Colsey up all the way back to the 7. He's going to run it back to the 10, up to the 15. Good coverage, and he's dropped at the 16-yard line. Tackled on the play by Sam McCorkle. Who else? What a good special teams player he is.
That's what you don't see any weaknesses on the Gators. They have it in all positions: the offense, defense, special teams, kicking game. You know, that's why they were preseason the #1 team in the country. They stubbed their toe against Auburn.
And Florida State will try to generate something here. 1st and 10 at their own 16. While Florida has started with good field position all day, Florida State has not had good field position. Direct snap goes to Canal. He's being chased, throws a screen pass. It's caught at the 15 to the 20, breaking a tackle to the 25. And to the 28 goes Warwick Dunn. He should have a first down. Warwick Dunn picking up about 12 on the screen pass. It'll be 1st and 10, Florida State.
You know, these Florida seniors are 39-9 coming into this game. They've had just a great run at it. 9 wins or more in 5 years.
From the shotgun, Canal back to pass, sideline pattern. It's caught at the 35, dropped at the 36-yard line is E.G. Green. Green picks up 8 on the reception. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Ball at their own 32-yard line, 37-yard line where it's marked, so it'll be 2nd down and about a yard to go for a first down. Canal gets the direct snap. He looks upfield, throws a flat pass, caught by Dunn. He has the first down, and he's wrestled down at the 40-yard line. He needed 1. He picked up about 2 or 3, did Warwick Dunn on the flat pass. 1st and 10, Florida State at their own 40-yard line.
But see, what this allows Florida to do is turn those 4 defensive guys loose, try to get to the quarterback. Don't worry about draw play. Don't worry about anything but having a sensational pass rush. They're playing a zone defense in the secondary, 2 deep, 5 under, so everything's in Florida's favor as far as.
Here's a pass play. It's caught at the 44, and up to the 45-yard line goes Andre Cooper. Cooper tackled by Larry Kennedy. A pickup of 5 on the play. Brings on a 2nd down and 5. Brock Preston in now at tailback, replacing Warwick Dunn.
Again, with those 2 safeties back there, 2 deep, they pretty much take away the long passes you're going to have to throw underneath.
2nd down, 5. Canal throws underneath again to Rock Preston, and he does not get the first down. He gets 4 yards, the 49-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 1. He was tackled on the play at the 49-yard line.
To see what Florida State is helping Florida by running out the clock. They're keeping the clock moving with 20 seconds, 18, and that's what Florida wants them to do.
Direct snap to Canal. He throws. It is caught for a first down at the 47-yard line of Florida. Pickup of short yardage again, just 4. That one was to Wayne Messam. That'll be 1st and 10, Florida State at the 47-yard line.
First down, Florida State.
Of Florida. And they will not get another play off before the end of the 3rd quarter. So that is the end of the 3rd quarter with the score: Florida 31, Florida State 3. Now this for State Farm. At Doak Campbell Stadium, where we start the 4th and final quarter, 31-3, Florida leading this game. Gene Stallings has to be watching this game with some concern, Frank Kersey.
I'll tell you, somebody else watching this game with some concern is John Cooper from Ohio State, because the loser of the Alabama-Florida game goes to the Citrus Bowl.
That'll be no picnic against either Florida or Alabama.
You bet. I mean, that's a murderer's row.
First and 10 for Florida State. They have it at the 47-yard line of Florida. Trailing 31-3, the Seminoles. They have not struggled on this, their home field, like this in quite some time.
That's right. The University of Florida, 7 out of their 10 opponents, they've held to 72 yards or less in rushing. And right now, Florida State has only 65 yards. They could become another victim of not getting more than 72 yards.
Bobby Bowden, in his 19th year at Florida State, is going for his 8th straight 10-win season, but he's trailing 31-3.
But you don't want to play Florida State in a bowl game.
No, sir. First down and 10, Florida State at the 47 of Florida. Canal, no, the direct snap goes to Preston. He's at the 45, the 40, and down to the 38-yard line. He'll be a yard shy of the first down as Rock Preston took the direct snap from center Clay Shiver and reels off 9. Second down and 1 for Florida State. Ball at the 38-yard line of Florida. Canal's back to pass. Flat pass to Preston. He has the first down inside the 35 to the 31-yard line goes Rock Preston. He was tackled on the play at the 31-yard line.
Again, Florida is strictly in the zone defense back there. 4 guys rushing, 7 guys playing defense. The tackles are spying for screens, so, I mean, they're just coming after the quarterback.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line of Florida. Here's a handoff. Precious little yardage, a pickup of a couple as Canal took the direct snap and handed to his tailback, who picked up 2 on the play. To the 28-yard line, it'll be second down and 8. That was Warwick Dunn, the ball carrier, who's back in the Florida State lineup. Shay Showers has come in defensively for Florida. An extra defensive back. Here's a direct snap to Canal. Throws down the middle. It's caught. A good catch at the 16-yard line. Dropped immediately. But a fine grab by his wide receiver. And I believe that was McCorvey. It was McCorvey who gets up limping. So Kez McCorvey is banged up, and he's going to have to come out of the game after making a good reception. E.G. Green takes his place. McCorvey is one of the all-time great receivers in Florida State history. But he's out banged up. It's first and 10. Canal back to pass, going to the end zone. His receiver falls down. That was E.G. Green. He was well covered on the play by Mike Harris.
Yeah, people were kind of wanting an interference call there, but it was clearly thrown way over his head.
Participating sponsors of Major College Football are AT&T and GMAC. Second down and 10, Florida State at the 16-yard line of Florida. Direct snap goes to Canal. Canal fakes a handoff, fades back to pass, throws it way out of the end zone. His intended receiver was Omar Ellison. Ellison was well covered on the play by Shay Showers.
Harry coming in here, the #1 selling T-shirts that they had around here said, "You saw what Terry did. Wait till you see what Daddy does." Well, Daddy hasn't done it today because the Gators have taken the crowd out. They'll be throwing their T-shirts away. Everything's going to happen to them.
Third down and 10. Canal throws, and it's deflected at the line of scrimmage by a hard-charging defensive front for Florida. That was Henry McMillan. So it is fourth down, and Florida State will, of course, go for it here, trailing 31-3.
Florida has 3 seniors on offense and 8 seniors on defense, so they're going to have to revamp their defense next year.
Fourth down and 10. Canal gets the direct snap, looks, he throws. It is caught for what looks like a first down at the 6-yard line. The receiver was driven back, but it will be a first down. It was caught by Kez McCorvey, who's playing on one leg, but McCorvey with a great reception.
These players have the pride. They have the great pride. This game's a little out of reach, but they're not going to quit playing. I don't know when the last time it's been since Bobby has not scored a touchdown at this stadium.
First down and goal. Inside handoff. Touchdown, Zach Crockett. Zach Crockett, the football. Bowls over, the fullback bowls over from 6 yards out. The senior from Pompano Beach, his second rushing touchdown. And Florida State gets their first 6-pointer of the afternoon. It's 31-9 now, Florida.
They're going to go for 2.
No, I don't think they are.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought they kept the quarterback out there to go for 2.
Dan Mowry will attempt the extra point. Ball spotted. The kick is in the air, and it is good. So it is 31-10 Florida. Timeout on the field, and now this for NRA. Scott Bentley will kick off for Florida State, and Florida's put out their hands, people. They are anticipating an onside kick from Bentley. The lone deep man is Riedel Anthony for Florida, standing back at the 10-yard line. But they have their good hands people up at the 45-yard line, anticipating an onside kick from Bentley. We'll see. It's 31-10. Florida leads. 12:59 left to play in the game. Bentley comes down on the ball, and he kicks it away to Riedel Anthony, who takes it a yard deep in the end zone, and he will down it, and Florida will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So they didn't do the onside kick.
Interestingly enough, Spurrier is undefeated when his defense holds an opponent to 21 points or less. He's 42 wins and 0 losses.
Wow. And Florida State has just 10 here with 12:59 left to play. Now Florida will try to use some clock. They have a 21-point lead. Got 2 tight ends in there. Handoff goes to Taylor. Taylor over the 25 to the 27. Fred Taylor, the freshman running back, reels off 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Fred Taylor is asthmatic. He's a true freshman from Belle Glade. And he likes to be spelled occasionally because of the asthma that he suffers from. Elijah Williams and he share the running back duties, but Taylor looks like, Fran, he's going to be a good one.
He's a good one. Doing that offset I there, which usually indicates they run off tackle there, but let's see what they do with it.
2nd down and 3 facing Florida. At their own 27, handoff to Taylor, and Taylor gets a yard and not much more. He is stacked up right about the line of scrimmage after a pickup of 1. Andre Wadsworth made the tackle for Florida State, the nose guard.
Well, Steve will take a 3rd down and 1 the whole game if he can use that clock up. Take and make 1st downs the hard way.
Ball at the 29-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and 1. Florida, a little confusion in their huddle. A player came in, one went off, and I don't think they have enough men in the huddle. So Werfel is going to call a timeout. He'll use a timeout. 11:35 left to play in the game. It's 31-10 Florida. This is Major College Football on Mutual. Back at Doak Campbell Stadium, Harry Callis along with Fran Kersey. Florida leading Florida State 31-10, 11:35 left to play. Florida has the ball at their own 29, facing a 3rd down and 1 for a 1st down.
They take out Chris Bilkey and they bring in 2 tight ends. Interesting. Which leads you to believe there's only going to be 1 back in the backfield.
And the Florida Gators had a 24-3 halftime lead. A couple of touchdown passes to Jack Jackson, 1 to Aubrey Hill.
You know, when this team lost to Auburn, they had 6 turnovers in that game. And that's how turnovers can kill any great team. You just can't do it. Dean threw 5 interceptions. He hasn't hardly played since that time. Terry Dean, their fine quarterback that started the season for Florida. Here we go.
Lone setback is Fred Taylor behind Danny Werfel. Werfel now changing the play, it would appear, at the line of scrimmage. Now he hands off to Taylor, and Taylor is stopped short of a first down. A good defensive play by Henry Crockett. Crockett nailed him at the line of scrimmage.
You know what amazes me is you go in, you take a timeout, you walk to the sideline and talk to your coach. You get the best possible play that you can set up to make a yard. You come out there, and in a matter of 5 seconds, you change the play, and you change from everything that you tried to do, and you don't make the play. I mean, it's just go with what you can do and go for it.
So Shane Edge will come in to punt. James Colsey back to take the punt, standing at his own 32-yard line. Kevin Johnson, the snapper for Florida. Good snap. Edge gets it away under pressure. It hits at the 41 and bounces out of bounds at the 39 of Florida State, where the Seminoles will have it 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Florida leading by a score of 31-10. The Seminoles have just 10.5 minutes to try to make something happen here at Doak Campbell Stadium.
Well, the way this game started, FSU took the ball, went right down the field, and since that time, they haven't done much on offense.
Operating from the T formation. Canal, play action, looks upfield, throws. It's caught by McCorkle at the 42 to the 40 to 30 and down to the 25. Long pass play from Danny Canal to Kes McCorkle. McCorkle was a big factor on their lone touchdown drive here in the fourth quarter. And again, Kes McCorkle a factor. He's a 6'1", 185-pound senior from Gautier, Mississippi.
Harry, we just got the crowd back into the game.
Ball at the 26-yard line of Florida. Correct snap from center. Canal in the shotgun. Throws out to Warwick Dunn. He's at the 25, 20, 15, 10. Knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line is Warwick Dunn. First down and goal to go, Florida State.
Well, there's really plenty of time with 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go. If they can score right here, they need a touchdown. They should probably go for 2 at that point, and then you worry about it the next time.
No huddle is rolling out as Canal. He throws. It is caught. Touchdown. Florida State caught by Andre Cooper.
Andre Cooper went down and turned right out there on that line, right on the goal line where the marker is, and catches the ball perfectly thrown play.
Boy, they scored in less than a minute, Fran Kersey. The Florida State Seminoles, it's 31-16. They will try the extra point, not a 2-point conversion. Dan Mowry under the hold of Danny Canal. It's up, and it is good. So it is 31-17. Florida State trying to get back into this game. 10:04 left to play. Timeout. The score, Florida 31, Florida State 17. This is Major College Football on Mutual. Later today on Mutual, another great college football classic. Notre Dame and USC. Tony Roberts and Tom Pagna standing by in California for that one. That'll be heard on many of these Mutual stations. Here it's 31-17, and the fans now back into this game as Florida State is within 2 touchdowns. Todd Bentley will kick it off, and they anticipate him kicking the ball deep because they only have 5 men lined up at the 50-yard line. They were looking for an onside kick on the last kickoff, and not this time. And Bentley kicks it away in the end zone, where it'll be down to the end zone by Philip Riley. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Florida at the 20-yard line, their own 20. Clock becomes a factor now for Bobby Bowden and his Florida State Seminoles. The players trying to get the crowd into it, and they're getting into it.
They are getting into it. You know, Florida State in 20 minutes, that's a quarter and 5 minutes, have made 237 yards. They have really come storming. Now what Florida has to be careful of is a turnover. Some disaster happening, then all of a sudden, boy, they start scrambling. They need to get something going here and make themselves a first down or two. Getting fun now, Harry.
Danny Werfel brings out the Gators on 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Werfel play action, being pursued, throws a pass, caught at the 20, up to the 25 and to the 29-yard line. He'll be a yard shy of the first down. It was to his fullback, Dwayne Mobley.
Well, that'll silence you quickly to make 9 yards on your first play coming right out, and no doubt about it. A bootleg action. Werfel comes out naked there. He almost got tackled.
It'll be 2nd down and 1. At the 29-yard line, their own 29. Quarterback sneak first down as Werfel picks up 2, following his center, David Swain. Other action in Major College Football. Rice leads Houston at the half, 14-7 in the third. Tennessee all over Vanderbilt, 44-0. In the second, LSU 9 and Arkansas 6. Here it's 31-17 Florida. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Werfel calls signals. He hands off. Taylor stopped at his own backfield. A loss of about 3 or 4 on the play. Florida State defense rising to the occasion there.
Steve Spurrier is trying to get the jinx off his back. Between Terry and Bobby, he is 1-5. He wants to win this game. He's keeping it on the ground. He's trying to use clock, 8 minutes and 29 seconds and moving. He needs about 2 1st and 10s here very desperately.
Loss on the play of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 13 from their own 28-yard line. Werfel now is going to go back to pass, going deep downfield over the head of Riedel Anthony, his intended receiver. So it'll be 3rd down and 13 for Florida.
That play has 2 problems written all over it. 1, it was a long incompleted pass. 2, it stops the clock. Florida State right now could get good field position if they find a way to shut down this 3rd down play coming up. And again, you would suspect that Florida would throw the ball, and if it's incompleted, it'll stop the clock again.
It's 3rd and 13. Now confusion as a player goes off and now comes back on. That's Fred Taylor. He's lined up as a wideout, not a setback. 3 wideouts to the right and 2 to the left. Werfel back to pass. Looks upfield, rolls to his right, still looking. He's tackled from behind at the 29-yard line. He gained a yard, and that was all. A big defensive play by Florida State.
Harry, if Bobby has a little guts here, I know he's not going to do this. It's the right thing to do, but there's a flag down. He's going to be holding against Florida on the 25-yard line. A 10-yard penalty puts it back to the 15. If you really think you can shut down Werfel in this pass, make him kick it and get better field position. But I agree with this. I mean, I agree with this.
The ball.
I know. I agree with this, but I'm saying you can pick yourself up a good 15 more yards just by taking that penalty.
Damari Roll is back to take the punt from Shane Edge. Roll taking the place of James Colsey, who has been doing the punt returning, but now it's Roll. Standing at his own 28. High snap from center, and now Edge tries to run. Now he gets it away. A driving kick. What a good job by Edge inside the 30 to the 26-yard line after a high snap from center. Edge took the high snap, rolled out to the right. He was in trouble, but somehow he got it away, and it ends up being an outstanding punt.
That could be the play of the game right there. I mean, that ball was snapped so high, somehow he found a way to catch it, and then he tried to run. Looked like he was going to run with it, and there was no rush because they were trying to get a return. Everybody's running downfield, and nobody put the pressure on Edge. What a play.
Edge has been a big factor for Florida in this game with his kickoffs, and there with a punt. 1st and 10, Florida State at their own 26. Canal under pressure, gets it away, it's caught at the 40, up to the 45-yard line goes the receiver. First down, and that looks like once again Tez McCorvey. No, it was Omar Ellison. Omar Ellison on the receiving end. A pickup on the play of about 20, 1st and 10, as Florida State all of a sudden is really moving the ball.
They're inspired.
Ball at their own 46, 7-12 left to play. Canal throws. He's got a man. Ellison, great diving catch at the 44. He'll be close to a first down, a pickup of around 10.
How in the world
by Ellison.
How in the world can we play for 3 quarters kind of dull, and all of a sudden this thing is getting really exciting and busting wide open? This is really getting to be fun.
It is enough for a first down. Canal rolls out to the right. He throws. It's caught for a gain of about 8. Caught on the far side by Andre Cooper. We'll pause briefly for station identification. This is Mutual, your network leader in radio sports. Cooper's reception good for 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. Here's a pass in the flat to Rock Preston, 35, 30, 25, 21-yard line. Knocked out of bounds, another first down, Florida State. And all of a sudden, Doak Campbell Stadium is really alive. First down, 10, Seminoles.
Last time the Seminoles had a drive, it took 58 seconds. They're doing it again.
6.5 minutes left to play. 31-17 Florida. Danny Canal gets the direct snap. He looks upfield, has time, throws down the middle, caught at the 18 and down to the 15-yard line goes his receiver out of the backfield. Short of a first down, a pickup of about 6 on the play. It was caught by Warwick Dunn. 2nd down and 4 for Florida State. Canal trying to rally the Seminoles. He throws up the middle, incomplete. A good defensive play that time by number 4, Lawrence Wright. Strong safety.
They've got to score a touchdown, though. They must score a touchdown. A field goal does them no good.
Pass intended for Tiger McMillan, well defended by Lawrence Wright. 3rd down and 14 for Florida State. Here's a pass. It's caught at the 12, inside the 10, and down to the 5. It'll be 1st and goal for the Seminoles. It was caught by Warwick Dunn, and it's 1st down and goal to go at the 6-yard line of Florida. 5:50 left to play in the game. 2 to the 4-yard line. Flag down on the play.
Oh, my goodness. They're going to say face mask. I thought it was going to be holding. It looked like a face mask, but I think it's going to be face mask against Florida.
It is a face mask against Florida. And it'll move a half the distance to the 2.5-yard line.
They normally bring in Zach Crockett, the big fullback, and this is where they score. He scored 10 times coming into the game. He's already scored 1 today.
1st down and goal from the 2.5-yard line. Canal gets the direct snap, fakes a handoff, rolls out to his right. He's going to run a touchdown. Florida State, Danny Canal rolls into the end zone. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And it's 31 now. Are they going to go for one or two? It looks like one again.
Maury's out there. Bobby's going to go make it down to last play if he gets a chance to score. The dramatics continue.
5:25 left to play. Dan Maury to attempt the extra point. Danny Canal will hold. Andy Crow is the snapper. 31-23. There's a snap. It's spotted. The kick is up, and it's good, and it's 31-24. It seems like just a few minutes ago it was 31-3.
Yep,
Florida State within 7.
We had him in a cooler, burying him.
With the score, Florida 31, Florida State 24. A timeout. Now this for GMAC. The Florida State Seminoles with a dramatic comeback here at Doak Campbell Stadium, now trail by a touchdown by 7, 31-24, and they still have 5:25 left. Two lightning quick scores by the Seminoles here in the fourth period.
You know, we've been wondering where the defense is for Florida State. Well, they better come through now because this is the time that the defense has to stand tall, and of course, it also comes time for Florida to get a couple first downs here. Let's see, both teams, I think they both have 2 timeouts. No, Florida has 1 timeout, and Florida State has 2 timeouts left.
Now, Jack Jackson is not back to take the kickoff, and I don't know if something happened to Jack Jackson here in the second half or not. He's usually a return man, but it's Aubrey Hill and Riedel Anthony.
Jackson's on the sidelines. I see him walking up and down. He's all right. Maybe they're worried that maybe being the slight dolt that he is, they don't want him taking any chance of taking a shot and fumbling the ball.
Scott Bentley to kick it off for Florida State with 5:25 left to play in the game. Bentley comes down on the ball. Gets a low kickoff. It hits at the 10. Taken by Riedel Anthony at the goal line to the 10. Running laterally to the 15. Over to the far side to the 20. 25. Still on his feet at the 30. Fights his way to the 33. What a fine run back by the true freshman, Riedel Anthony.
Well, Riedel Anthony did everything you say not to do. He catches the ball on the right on the goal line at the right side and runs completely all the way across the field. Chances are you usually lose somewhere around the 15-yard line, but he got the ball all the way up to the 34-yard line. What a great return. That changes field position.
1st and 10 for Florida. They have a touchdown lead. Jack Jackson is indeed in there. He is wide to the left, 2 wideouts to the left and 2 to the right. 1 setback behind Danny Werfel. Werfel fakes the flat pass, now throws up the middle. It's caught by Anthony at the 35 to the 40, 45, and all the way to the 49 goes the true freshman, Riedel Anthony. A first down at the 49-yard line, their own 49.
Becoming the Riedel Anthony show. He's the guy that's made 2 big plays in a row. I'll tell you, the officials did a nice job then. He was thrown down out of bounds. Rather than to call a penalty, this thing doesn't require any penalties right now. It's a good, clean game. Let him play.
They spotted at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Florida. 5:05 left to play in the game. Florida leads 31-24. Handoff. Pretty good hole on the right side. Closes in a hurry. The handoff went to Fred Taylor, and he was wrestled down by his shoulder pads after a gain of just a yard.
Darrell Bush, the middle linebacker, the guy that wrestled him down, he had to catch him from behind because he was on a blitz, smelled the draw, and quickly closed it.
Bush, the leading tackler for Florida State, a redshirt freshman from Altamonte Springs, Florida.
They've got to stop Florida right now or else it's going to run out of time.
2nd down and 9 for Florida. They have the ball at midfield. Werfel a long count, and now movement by the offensive tackle, Jason Odom. That's going to cost 5 yards to the Gators. Jason Odom, a 2-time All-Southeast Conference performer, moved on that one. It'll cost him 5.
Yeah, he's one of the few guys that started as a true freshman a few years ago.
So now it'll be second down and 13 back at their own 45-yard line. Danny Werfel brings him out on second and 13. Werfel back to pass, looks upfield, he throws, it is intercepted! A great diving interception by James Colsey, I believe. Florida State has the ball on a big play by James Colsey, and this place is going wild.
And it should go wild. He was trying to throw the ball out of bounds, Werfel. He was simply just getting rid of the ball, and somewhere out of nowhere, he comes up and makes a diving. It looked like a receiver going for a touchdown in the end zone. It was such a special play.
James Colsey with a great intercept, a 5'10", 160-pound sophomore from Miami. Florida State with the ball at their 40-yard line. 4:01, plenty of time for the Seminoles, who are making a dramatic comeback here at Doak Campbell Stadium. Canal back to pass, throws a flat pass, caught by Warwick Dunn, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. It'll be second down and 10. Well defended on the play by Anthone Lott. Second down, and we'll call it 10 yards to go for a first down. From the shotgun, Canal gets the direct snap. He looks upfield. He throws again a flat pass to Dunn. Dunn over the 45, over midfield, breaks the tackle to the 40, the 30, the 24-yard line. Goes Warwick Dunn. And Florida State now with the ball at the Florida 24-yard line, first and 10. What a great run after the catch by Warwick Dunn.
Remnants of last year against the Gators, but you know what? They might score too fast with 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go. Holy mackerel.
Here's a direct snap, rolling out Canal. He looks upfield, he throws, it's caught at the 15. It'll be enough for a first down. First and 10, Florida State, caught by Omar Ellison.
And the good news here for Florida State, the ball will be on the 14-yard line. They can make a first down on the 4-yard line.
Well, that wasn't quite enough for a first down. I called it too soon. It's second down, about a half yard to go for a first down at the 14-yard line. Second down. Canal gets the direct snap, looks upfield, throws, got a first down. That one was caught by number 7, and that would be Aaron Deli, just his second catch of the year.
They're using everybody, aren't they? They're bringing in Zach Crockett. Now they're going to probably use some of the running game to slow down that clock.
If they do score here, I would imagine that Bobby Bowden goes for 2, huh?
Possibly.
Ball at the 12-yard line, first down and 10. Here's a handoff to Zach Crockett, and he pile drives his way to the 9, a pickup of 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Yeah, when you see Crockett in there, he's either going to lead block for these guys, or he's going to be somehow involved with the ball here. So they're getting, here we go.
Second down, 7. 2.5 minutes left to play. It's 31-24, Florida. Canal back to pass, looks upfield, throws to the end zone. It's caught at the 4-yard line, short of the first down. Tackled immediately is Kes McCorvey.
Have they thrown an incompleted pass yet? I mean, they've thrown almost a completion, but the last 15 straight passes have been completions. He has not thrown an incompleted pass. Now they got Zach Crockett in there for the run. They've got everything working for him.
3rd and 2 for a first down, 4 for a touchdown for Florida State. At the 4-yard line. Now Werfel will go under center. Werfel hands off to Preston. Touchdown, Florida State. Rock Preston. Gaping hole on the right side. What a comeback by the Seminoles.
They're going to go for 1. They're going for 1. Here comes Mowry. They figure the Gators have got to try to catch up. So they're going to go for 1. I like this idea, really, because now the Gators have got to do something. They're going to hope for another interception.
They will go for a tie here with Mowry for the extra point. Danny Canal to hold. The ball is spotted. The kick is up. We're tied. What a dramatic comeback by Florida State down 31-3, and they have come all the way back to tie this one at 31 with 1:45 left to play.
Holy mackerel. Remember that T-shirt?
Isn't this funny, Fran? We walked out of our hotel early this morning and ran into a married couple. One was a Seminole and one was a Gator, all decked out in their paraphernalia, one for Florida, one for Florida State, husband and wife, and I said, well, maybe it'll end up a tie.
And they said, oh, no, we don't want that to happen. We want to fight each other all year. But boy, oh, boy, you just can't say enough about Danny Canal. All he's been through, all the criticism that young quarterback has taken, he has come in here and single-handedly thrown every completed pass down the field, and this place is electrified.
What a tremendous comeback by Florida State, who looked like they were dead in the water. Scott Bentley will kick off, and again, Jack Jackson is not one of the return men for Florida.
And now that's interesting now. That's very surprising.
On the near side is Philip Riley, or is that Jackson on the far side? Yes, it might be.
I think it's a 3.
Here's the low kickoff, hits on the ground, and it's going to be taken by Riley. Riley up to the 10, the 15, and he's nailed at the 16-yard line. Brought down on the play on the special teams tackle at the 16.
The pressure is on Steve Spurrier. Got a minute and 41 seconds to go. You got to try to score. You got to try to get back into the game. And it plays into the defense of Florida State, who has been dormant for 3 quarters, Harry. And the defense of all of a sudden has shut this Gator team down.
31-31 with 1:41 left to play. Danny Werfel brings them out on 1st and 10. 2 wide outs to the right and 2 to the left. Werfel back to pass, looks upfield, throws. It's caught at the 26-yard line. It'll be close to a first down. Well covered was the receiver, but it was drilled in there to Aubrey Hill nicely by Werfel.
They're going to bring the chains out. That'll give him time to think a little bit. Oh, they gave it to him. First down. It is
a first down for Florida at the 26-yard line, their own 26, with 1:33 left to play.
Well, Canal was 39 for 50 and 402 yards. My hat's off to you, Danny boy. Somebody called timeout here, and I don't know who it is. Looks like it might be nope, the officials. They're confused out there. Let's see what they're doing. They're throwing all the people off the field. Here we go. Let's see. There was an official up here.
Taking a lot of time here. I think the anticipation was for a measurement. But we have no measurement on the play. Now they've taken time off the clock, 1:18 left to play. First down for Florida at their own 26-yard line. Werfel. Back to pass. He throws a short pass, caught by Hill, breaks the tackle, but is dropped to the 32, a gain of just 6 on the play.
The Gators have only 1 timeout left, so that kind of works against them.
Less than a minute to play in the game. We are tied at 31. Werfel, hands off. Nothing there. No gain on the play on an inside handoff.
How about that? Florida State called a timeout. They think they got a chance to get this ball back.
Bernard Wilson making the tackle right at the line of scrimmage for Florida State. So the Seminoles have 1 timeout left. The Gators have 1 timeout left. 45 seconds left to play in the game.
The Gators have only made 135 yards since the beginning of the second half. I mean, it's just incredible how this game has changed. You know, Harry, I would have to give credit to the no-huddle offense. Bobby, from the very get-go of the second half, came out and tried to preserve every second he could, and it's paid off.
Tremendous comeback by Florida State, who trailed in the 4th quarter 31-3. Miraculously coming back to score 4 touchdowns. now have it tied, and now they use a timeout to try to get the ball back with 45 seconds left. Can't say enough about the passing either of Danny Canal, who has really brought this team back. Key reception by Kez McCorvey a couple of times during their drive. He was playing injured, but playing well.
Boy, these people, they really have been sitting on their hands for 3 quarters also. So they've got a lot of energy to really get fired up. You know, when a crowd gets like this, Harry, it really does, it's tough to check off plays. So it kind of, Florida's got an uphill battle, but they're only really trying to get down to about the 30-yard line. They can kick a long field goal here.
Kind of a curious second down call, a running play.
Well, it's one of those make or break deals, but I'll tell you, Florida has one other problem. It looks as though the wind is kicked up out there, and if it's true to what we see, they're going to be kicking into the wind.
They are facing a 3rd down and 4 here at their own 32-yard line. Tied at 31 with 45 ticks left on the clock.
Say the Florida Gators side, it looks like a zombies over there. They're all just in shock, and on the Florida State side, they're jumping up and down. They can't wait for the next snap. Derek Alexander is off the field temporarily. Let's see if they put him back in. He's talking to his defensive coach.
He's back in there. Number 90, Derek Alexander.
Yep. Well, Mickey Andrews is the defensive coordinator. He's done a great job.
3rd down, 4 to go for a 1st down. Florida out of the huddle. Danny Wuerffel is the quarterback. Wuerffel back to pass, looks upfield, under pressure. It is caught, but not enough for a 1st down. Doring swarmed under, a loss of a yard on the play.
Got to use a timeout. Florida State's got to use a timeout.
Loss of a yard in the pass play, and Wuerffel was really under pressure. Florida State does stop the clock with 33 seconds left to play in the game.
Now what do? Do you go after the punt, or do you try to get a punt return? I would say don't go after the punt, because you don't need to have a penalty and give the ball back.
You don't take the chance of a roughing the punter, I don't believe.
No. According to the scoreboard, there's 1 timeout for each team. Now, the scoreboard says no timeouts for Florida State,
right,
and 1 timeout for Florida. So this is the last timeout. They've got to get a long, long run here, get themselves a pass. I mean, who knows?
Samari Roll is back to take the punt from Shane Edge. Bear in mind, the last punt by Edge, there was a high snap from center. He got it away, though, brilliantly. 33 ticks left in the game, tied at 31. This is a good snap, and Edge gets the kick away. Samari Roll makes the catch at the 30, and he's dropped immediately at the 29-yard line.
25 ticks.
So Florida State will have the ball at their own 29-yard line. And they'll have just a few plays to try to get in field goal range to try to win this thing.
Well, you know, let's not discount the fact that Florida could intercept the pass too. I mean, this thing is either team. Florida State has to throw, and Florida may come up with an interception. They're in position on the 30-yard line, 29, to maybe come up with something. This is going to be a sensational finish.
22 seconds left to play. They'll operate from the shotgun formation. Danny Canal to take the direct snap. Got too many men on the field, and getting off just in time is the fullback, St. Zach Crockett. Canal back to pass. He throws downfield. Caught, stepping out of bounds is Kez McCorvey at the 48-yard line. Pickup of 19 and a 1st down. Florida State, 17 seconds left.
I can't believe that Florida did not protect the sidelines to let him catch the ball and step out of bounds. But in 17 seconds, you can get off 3 plays. They're just trying to make 20 yards to get somewhere close to that 30-yard line. 1st and 10
at their own 48-yard line. Direct snap goes to Canal. Looks downfield, under pressure, flushed out of the pocket. He's at midfield. He's in the 45, the 43, but that'll take time.
Game's over. I can't believe he did that. The game will be over.
Yes.
He'll never get the ball off.
He's
That's the
trying to
worst.
line up quickly and throw it down. 3, 2, 1. This game's history. This game is over. We finish in a 31-31 tie. Both teams seem stunned. The clock runs out on Florida State, but for Florida, they had a 31-3 lead, only to see Florida State come storming back to tie the game at 31. That is the final score in this great intrastate rivalry. Florida 31, Florida State 31. Now this for Buick.